Wait. Hold on here. Is this the barbershop? Is this the barbershop?
Yes, the shop.
It's the barbershop.
Yes.
Wait, I mean, we can't talk straight in the barbershop. Then where can we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation. That's all.
You gotta tell Rosa Park down.
Man, ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
Why you gotta tell?
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Yeah. We back in here. Tonight is going down. It's going down like 4 flat tires tonight because we're talking about getting our people off the plantation, which is called the Democratic plantation. All right. For so long, we've been promised everything by the Democrats, and we got nothing to show for it. No matter what anybody says, your votes don't count either. They don't care about your votes. They don't care about none of it. Well, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, because I want to make sure tonight that y'all hear me. I want to make sure tonight y'all hear me for sure, because I'm tired of hearing about Trump this, Trump that, Trump. But nobody said nothing about Bill Clinton with the 3-strike rule. Nobody said anything about Joe Biden being a part of the 3-strike rule. Nobody talked about that. Nobody had anything to say about the Democrats. Because guess what? What president was it that said, that gave us the civil rights movement? Let's see, what president was there during the civil rights movement? Let's see here. What president was there during the civil rights movement? Let's see, because I think, let me see, I forgot the name. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Funky Man Lyndon B. Johnson. Funky Man Lyndon B. Johnson. There we go. Thank you so much in the chat. For the longest, okay, Lyndon B. Johnson basically said, if we give these niggas these civil rights, we'll have their votes forever. No matter what we do to them, we can make them suffer. We can show them nothing. But as long as we give these niggas the civil rights movement, which is not, when they passed the civil rights movement, it wasn't even really for black people. Just like DEI. I look at civil rights and DEI as the same thing. Because look who did the civil rights movement benefit the most? White women and gay people. Who did DEI? Come on. Who did DEI benefit the most? White women. This is a statistical fact. White women. So I'm tired of hearing about the Republican Party when the Democrat Party ain't done nothing for black people. What did I just want to know. I really want to know what the Democratic Party did for black people. Somebody tell me. Put it in the chat. I'll give y'all 30 seconds. I put it in the chat. Let me know. What did the Democrat Party do for black people? But before I get started, I have something I want to play for y'all. And I think it's important. Because last week we had a show, and I definitely don't like to leave anybody hanging. Pause. However, I got something I want to play for y'all because I think it's important that we always go back and get facts. And I'm so glad that Tyrus is going to be in the building tonight because I want him to see this as well. Okay? I want him to see this as well because I think it's important because he defended Sissy Bottoms last week. So I want to definitely make sure he's here to see this. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and play this because I think it's important. Let's see. This is for you, Tyrus. I'm gonna bring you up so we can watch this together. Tyrus is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I got something I want you to see. I hope you are proud of your stance last week. Because I already knew this shit was coming. But I'm gonna play. Here we go.
Men are the cancer of the black community. Argue with your man. Tasha K, we've been good since Spoon's wedding. Somehow or another, you got a wild hair up your ass and decided, let me pick shit with Funky Dineva. And why? When people can't access you physically, they will try to access your emotions. Tried to keep my peace with you. Okay? But Tasha K, I want you to know this, and you can put this on record. Okay? You can put this on record. The next time I publicly see you, I am going to walk up to you and I'm going to slap the shit out of you. What? And then I'm already just throw my setup and be ready to fight your husband.
Oh, no.
And the sad part about it is I actually like your husband a lot. Wow. I have no problems with your husband. You, on the other hand, Tasha, you the same raggedy bitch that every time you see me in public, it never fails. Every time you see me in public, you run up in my face trying.
Wow, Tyrus. I know the man that said that black men who are the most abusive, straight black men are the cancer to the community. I know his sissy ass is not on live saying he's about to domestic violence a woman in front of her husband. Oh, no. Tyrus, can you help me? Maybe I saw it wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up what exactly Tasha K had said to
It doesn't matter. He's a man, say he want to fight a woman, beat up a woman.
Yeah, first and foremost, he shouldn't be putting his hands on a woman. Clearly he said that as a way that he's gonna actually fight the husband. Yeah. As a way to antagonize it. So it's not like he said he was just gonna haul off and beat on her.
He said I'm gonna slap the shit out of her.
Yeah, he's gonna slap her out the disrespect and then fight her husband. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think it's unnecessary.
I agree. Yeah, but this the man last week that said straight men are cancerous.
Hey, but I told you, whoa. Now see, this is strange because I told you last week that he shouldn't separate himself. If he's going to call out black men, he should call out. He can't separate himself because he himself is a black man.
Mm-hmm.
So this also goes, well, you're just as toxic as what you calling us. You know what I mean? So just to be clear, there's no inconsistency on my part.
Okay.
But BMU, I want to be clear. He shouldn't have said that. If he was like, you know what, Tasha, the next time I see you, I'm just going to haul off on your husband. As reckless as that is, we get it. You know what I mean? Because you just, okay, you went straight for the dude or whatever. But no, you said you was going to put your hands on Tasha first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you, BMU? What you think?
I think that he's full of shit and he's a clickbait bitch. And he likes to do things to get clicks and comments. And he that's what he likes to do. Swanky Rizzy 7574 said his moist ass ain't gonna do shit. He's trolling and he's doing it for clickbait.
Yeah, I agree with Swank. First and foremost, let's be clear. BMU, I think you can agree. Like, we know these clowns are doing clickbait engagement crap. You still shouldn't say that though.
Yeah.
Right. There's got to be some sort of line, however fuzzy, blurry it is, man.
Now, and think about this. What if Trump would have got on TV and said, next time I see Whoopi, I'm going to slap the shit out of her. I'm going to slap her. Yes, I am. I'm going to do it. I am going to do it.
BMU, that was the wrong person to use as the example. The man was found liable for sexual assault and got elected president. The man just called the woman a bitch on camera for asking a question. A reporter asking a question. BMU, like, pick another person, please.
So hold on. So what was he? What was? What? I have a question. What was Trump? What was Trump convicted on?
He was found liable for sexual assault.
What was he convicted on, though?
Or he was convicted for fraud, 34 counts.
34 counts of fraud or 34 counts of rape?
For sexual assault. He was found liable for sexual assault. That's why you got to pay damn near $100 million.
But so I was reading today and I was like, how did I miss this? Donald Trump was not indicted on any charges of sexual assault.
Who said he was?
Everybody says.
So he found liable.
I was watching The View and they say a convicted sexual assault president. I said, whoa, wait, when was Donald Trump convicted?
Yep. So let's be clear when you put the words together. Is he a convicted felon? Yes. Is he a sexual assaulter? Yes. So he's a convicted.
But do they have proof?
Right? If you want to say he's convicted on sexual assault, obviously that's wrong. He's found liable, right? If you want to, since we got to be technical about it.
Yeah.
Right.
In this great country,
absolutely. So he's a convicted felon who was also found liable for sexual assault.
Okay. So I'll say this. Anybody, I'm going to say this too. But hold on just a second. Anybody want to come up and be a part of this conversation, make sure your camera's on, make sure your audio's good. Come on up. You could definitely have this conversation. As you can see, I've already put it in the chat and pinned it to the top. There's a link up there. Click that link and come on up here and have the conversation with us tonight because we're going to have the conversation. But I had to go do my research, Tyrus, and I was like, his accusations are, he has 34 counts of I'm reading it right here. Falsifying business records, allegedly disguising reimbursement payments as legal expenses. Federal, it says here, obstruction of justice, concealing documents, false statements, conspiracy to defraud United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiracy against voting rights, racketeering, let's see, false statements, forgery, conspiracy charges, fraud, criminal charges. I don't see anything about women.
Well, that's because the same year in another court he was found liable for sexual assault. But I'm trying to figure out, like, do you think he's not a sexual assaulter because he was found held liable in civil court instead of criminal court?
I don't think it's what we feel. I think it should be what we can prove.
Well, what they proved was that he was found liable for sexual assault.
Well, let me pull this up and let's see. Let me go to Chat GPT. I'm gonna use Chat GPT on
All
this.
right.
You know, let's see. Let's see what's Donald Trump. Let's see. And you say he was what now? I want to put it in here word for word. What you say? Liable?
Found liable.
Okay.
Sexual assault.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. For sexual assault. Let's see what it says here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was looking. I was like, man, somebody done lied to me. It says here in 2023 that Trump was accused of sexual abuse of a young lady named E. Jean Carroll. The jury did not find Trump liable for specific legal definition of rape under New York law as it is written for that case. See?
So, are you going to tell me right now that in 2024 he wasn't found liable for sexual assault?
I'm reading it right here. It says the jury did not find Donald Trump liable for specific legal definition of rape under New York law as it is written for that case.
So
The
what
jury
did they find him liable? What did they find him liable for?
I'm reading. I'm gonna go all the way down. I'm gonna read the whole thing. It says the jury did not find him liable for sexual abuse and or defamation. Later in a separate defamation trial, another jury ordered Trump to pay additional damages to Carroll for defamatory statements, but he was not found liable for sexual assault. So you had to pay her for some shit he said to her. It says defamatory statements.
Yeah, you see, this is crazy because I just pulled it up and I'm reading it right now at the AP. I'm going to share my screen if you don't mind.
So Chat GPT lying?
Well, I don't know who's lying. All I know is I've just pulled up the AP.
Uh-huh.
If you could see that. And
if you don't know what the AP is, guys, it's the Associated Press. If you're trying to Google it.
And it literally says a jury found Donald Trump liable Tuesday for sexually abusing advice columnist E. Jean Carroll in 1996, awarding her $5 million in judgment that could haunt the former president as he campaigns to regain the House. And then that judgment that you was mentioning earlier, BMU, that was because he couldn't keep his mouth shut. Remember, after you're found liable, you can't just be defaming nobody should be saying anything, but he got fined because he wouldn't keep his mouth shut.
Somebody got a question for you in the chat, Tyrus. The lunatic libertarian says, why can't nobody pull up the actual court decision? Why everything's in the media, but there's no public court records for this?
There isn't any public court records for this?
Nope.
Are we sure? Because
I'm gonna Google it right here. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Hold on.
All right.
Let's see records. Okay, let's see what it says here.
While you're reading that, Swank says that they can only do civil cases after statute of Swank, what's the statute of limitations? The year, is it 5? Like, what is it? I'm not sure on the cases with that. And does the statute of limitations, is that different depending on the type of case? Like, for example, sexual abuse or domestic violence or something like that?
And while anybody in the chat, if you find it, let us know too, and we'll look it up if you put it in the chat. And thank you guys. Also, to add this in there, I believe, and I don't want to be insensitive here.
Yeah.
But Tyrus, can you imagine if I showed you, if I knew you when we were 14 years old, and now we're in our 40s, and I call the police on you, and I say, hey, in 1996, Tyrus stole my car. I need you guys to arrest him. Don't you think that's a little fucking crazy?
Honestly, no, because karma spins the block whenever it wants to, right?
But I'm just saying, like, as far as law.
Well, what's crazy is that as far as law, shout out to Swank, he put in 8 years, so it's probably about that time. So, let's obviously we'll just use the general number here, BMU. Let's say that we're going to use your example. That happened in 96. Well, that's way past the 8-year limit for when you can bring up criminal charges. So now you might not be able to criminally or bring charges against me, but you can bring a civil suit against me, and then have me found liable to pay for the worth of your car, not even at the worth it's worth now, but at 1996, what the value was worth then. You can absolutely sue me for damages.
But it's like the OJ case for me. OJ went to trial. He was set free, right? If it does not fit, you must acquit.
Must acquit, yeah.
And he was a free man. And then 6 months later, they did a civil suit and robbed this man of all his money. I don't understand how the law works. If I'm not found guilty of something, then why I had to go to civil court and pay damages on something I was found guilty? I was found not guilty on. That's crazy.
So it's been a minute, dude. It's been a minute since the whole OJ thing went down, and I have to admit, obviously, I was a little kid when all that shit went down. So, go ahead.
Hold on just a second. I want to address Anissa. Anissa, I'm not being biased here. I just read what I pulled up on the screen on Chat GPT. It says he wasn't liable, but he paid damages to this woman. That's exactly what it says. $5 million. He paid to this woman $5 million. He wasn't found liable. I don't understand how we can say a person is found liable for raping a woman 27 years ago.
But that's why they're asking for the docket case, and so we could really see it, because again, BMU, I'm reading directly from the Associated Press, and it does say he was found liable for sexual abuse.
So you mean to tell me, okay, so what's the difference between, because we got to have an understanding here. What's the difference between liable and guilty?
All right, so remember, liable and guilt, when you're using guilty or non-guilty, that's for pure criminal cases like felony, misdemeanor, them kind of charges. When you're thinking about liable versus non-liable, you're talking about civil court. So you're dealing with more like small claims court stuff.
So
or
basically,
like
it's a cash grab.
It could be looked at like that, BMU, if you want to look at it like that.
So if I'm a criminal, and this is the thing I don't understand. When these women get on here and say me too and me too and all this other stuff, sexual assault and all this other stuff, my thing is this: if you want a man to pay for his sins of raping you, then you should take this man through the court system so he can be put in jail and he can be put behind bars. If I see you 27 years later and you're only taking me to civil court, that means you're broke, you have no money, and you need a cash grab, and you're really not concerned about if he go and rape somebody else. You just want your bread. You want the bag. Come on now.
So before I answer, I just used my own Chat GPT. We're going to share that one too. There we go. To be precise, he was not newly found liable for sexual assault.
Okay.
The key civil verdict happened in May 2023 in the E. Jean Carroll case. New York federal jury had found Trump liable for sexual abuse,
liable for defamation. Email it to me, lunatic. Black Man Unfiltered at gmail.com.
But not liable for rape. So again, this is the semantics. I'm not saying you're trying to play the semantics, but unfortunately, BMU, a lot of people try to play the semantics between, well, he wasn't found liable for rape, but he was found liable for sexual assault. I mean, which is literally a tier below.
Okay,
great.
So let's have a conversation. How is it possible that you can prove liability from 27 years ago? I'm so confused.
Look,
I don't know a rape kit in America that can last 27 years. Somebody tell me.
Yo, you see JT?
Hey, JT, you coming up, man? Come on up, JT. Come on up, JT.
Bro, come on.
But I don't understand. After 27 years, you can be liable for something that you can't prove. There's no way possible they can prove him liable for a sexual assault when there's no rape kit, there was no investigation, there was no nothing. This woman just got up one day out of her bed and said, I want Trump, and I'm going to say that this man sexually assaulted me, and I want to get the bag. I want to get paid. This is the same thing that happened with Diddy and Cassie, guys.
No, well, first and foremost, let me clarify something real quick. Trump had to go under the same discovery that Carol went under during the trial. So whatever Carol and her attorney was presenting as evidence, Donald Trump also had the ability to disprove that. And clearly, whatever happened in court, he wasn't able to do that. And then and then to mention it with Diddy, bro, Diddy knew what he did was so bad. He gave Cassie 30 mil out the gate just to be quiet. And by the way, yes, it was a lot of that crap was just allegations, but he was found guilty of doing something shady. Right. Yeah. And guess what, man? Like
I said again, I'm not going to be on nobody's side tonight. I'm going to say this. Diddy went to jail for prostitution and people coming across state lines. Listen, if anybody knows history, and everybody knows I'm a history buff, anybody knows history, when this man law thing came out, it came out against Joe Johnson, the boxer, because Joe Johnson was taking white girls across state lines and having sex with them and being in relationships with them. And they came up with the Mann Act for Joe Johnson. This is facts. And so now Diddy, I don't care what the people do in their private life. I don't give a damn about all the celebrity stuff. I'm saying to you that I'm being fair here. Diddy paid grown ass people, women and men, to get on a plane and fly to get fucked. They came, they got fucked, they got baby oiled up, and they went back home. These are adults. Now, I can see if they were children. These were consenting adults. And this man is doing 5 years in jail for people agreeing to have sex with him. And Cassie is not innocent in this shit. Cassie was hiring these motherfuckers. And that's what came out in court. And she didn't really want that to come out, all emotional and crying, but she was hiring these sex workers. And the sex workers got on the stand, and the prosecutor thought they had something, but they told the truth. No, listen, I never spoke with Diddy. Cassie hired me to come in. Sometimes I go fuck Cassie, and Diddy wouldn't even be there.
Right, but you still can't ignore the fact that she also testified under oath. Now, regardless, you can try to say, well, she could have left. We all know how abusers operate. You can't ignore the fact that she was also instructed by Diddy to hire these guys so they can fuck her in front of Diddy. Right. So Diddy was also ordering this. On top of that, BMU, with your thing with the sex work and the prostitution, two things can be true. Obviously, technically it's illegal, but I think you and I can agree. We're talking about consenting adults here. Yes. Nobody, at least with this specific thing, nobody was forced against their will. They got paid. You know, they said on court they was having a good time. You know what I mean? Whatever. The problem is, again, with Diddy specifically, BMU, all of it got started off with that hotel footage that you know damn well you can't even be like, yeah, that.
But Tyrese, you know what? I said that too. When it first came out, I said, oh yeah, he beat her ass, right? And this was on the show. He beat the shit out of her. But then I want you to go watch. Have you watched the documentary on Diddy yet?
No.
Go watch what the sex worker said. The sex worker said that Diddy and Cassie would be in the room together. They would role play. Diddy would beat the shit out of her, and she would smile while her lip was bleeding, nose bleeding, and they would fuck her together. It was all a part of it. I'm trying to understand. All the sex workers have the same story, that they like to be abused. They like to hit each other, kick each other, punch each other during sex, hit each other in the mouth, the nose. They like rough punching, scratching sex.
That's fine, BMU, but none of that was a BMU. None of that occurred in the hallway in the elevator when she's trying to get away. That was not a kink.
So are you saying that Cassie is not a part of that whole thing?
Yes, she absolutely is. Why her ass got embarrassed. But I'm saying, though, again, why she originally got paid out had nothing to do with that. Right? Yeah, remember, as you just mentioned, the things that Diddy went to or got found guilty of had nothing to do with the abuse of Cassie.
Right.
Right. But all of this smoke on Diddy happened because of what video getting released.
But I think the most dangerous thing that the courts did was this. My grandfather used to say, the most dangerous thing you can do is take a man's freedom and give it back to him soon. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm telling you what needs to happen. Everybody that did these fucking videos and talking about Diddy ain't shit, and these people were talking because they thought that their RICO case was going to hit Diddy and Diddy was going to be gone for 70 years. But Diddy ain't going to do 5. He going to get out in 3.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't even think he might not even
get out in 3. And when he get out, his net worth right now is $736 million. So when he get out, the man's still going to have money and power. And I promise you, this man, as vengeful as he is, he going to lay low for a while and he going to fuck over everybody that says something about him. Watch. I'm telling you what's going to happen. He's going to fuck over everybody.
Maybe.
And he going to get back in the studio. He going to be doing people music. Because I'm telling you right now, people can say what they want. If Donald Trump get up tomorrow out his bed and call a news conference and say, today I'm feeling grateful, we gonna let R. Kelly out. If R. Kelly get released out of prison today, he can sell out Madison Square Garden in 30 minutes.
That would be pathetic, by the way, because Diddy and R. Kelly can't even be compared. Like, R. Kelly's certified pedo.
R. Kelly get out of jail today.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, I agree.
In 30 minutes.
I agree. I'm just simply saying that's pathetic. That's the absolute truth. Yeah, he would absolutely, every single stadium would be sold out, BMU. I absolutely agree. And I agree that absolutely everybody that went there would be pathetic. That's my opinion. Because you know what this man did, and when you do that kind of shit, just like if you still playing his music, he's getting those royalties that fill up his commissary. That means you are directly enabling the crap, and you condone what he did.
Man, my thing also is this: if R. Kelly, I think we should be fair across the board. If R. Kelly's in prison, so should the parents be.
Agreed. Yeah.
Because Tyrus, is there any way possible that you would drop how old is your daughter?
They both 17 and 15, BMU.
Would you let your daughter go to Chris Brown's house for a week?
Hell no.
By herself?
Hell no. And I know you wouldn't either.
Absolutely not. So you're telling me these parents are leaving their daughter with R. Kelly for 3-4 days at a time?
Nope. I agree. They should be in prison. I agree. Just like the clowns, those parents, BMU, that was dropping off their daughters at Epstein's crib.
Yeah.
Like a massage, like your underage daughter is going to work as a masseuse, and you think that shit's so, like, you knew what was going on. You should go to prison.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Are you familiar with Neil Diamond? He's a very, very popular singer. White man.
Not really.
He has a hit song called Sweet Caroline.
Okay.
Do you know what that song originated from?
What?
JFK's daughter's name is Caroline, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They asked him in an interview, what inspired you to write this song? He said, I was spending time with John F. Kennedy's daughter, Caroline. At the time the song was wrote, Caroline was 13 years old. Now, if you look at the lyrics of the song says, Sweet Caroline, touching me, touching you. And guess what? They play this pedo song at every baseball game in the fifth inning. Everybody saying Sweet Caroline, womp, womp, womp. And he wrote it for John F. Kennedy's 12-year-old daughter. Thank you, JT, 12-year-old daughter. And the lyrics say, I got the lyrics right here. He says, I can't begin to know. I'm gonna read it to you. He said, where do I begin? I can't begin to know when, but then I know it's growing strong. Was it in the spring and spring became the summer? Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seemed so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. And everybody's singing Sweet fucking Caroline. And Neil Diamond, is he dead?
I think so.
Is Neil Diamond dead? Somebody, they put it in the chat. Let me see.
God, those really the lyrics, BMU. Holy shit.
And guess what? He's still alive right now, healthy, and an
No.
85-year-old fucking asshole. Now let's look at this. Somebody just thank you, chat, thank y'all so much. All right, let me get this super chat the way real quick. The lunatic libertarian, he said, thank you for the $1.99 super chat, man. Anybody else want to support the channel, this good content? Go ahead and hit your up. All centralized systems are failed. Stop participating. Absolutely, I agree. All right. So, and somebody in the chat said rules are not for the white people. Correct. Because if you look at Elvis Presley was damn near 30 when he got with his wife, and she was 14.
14, yeah. Shit.
But guess what?
BMU, and they'll try to be like, well, that was a different time. That wasn't that long ago, bro. Like,
look at Woody Allen. Woody Allen married the daughter he fucking
stepdaughter adopted. Yeah.
Adopted daughter. Yeah. She turned 18.
That's
he married
sick,
her.
man. That is sick.
He left his wife and married her. And you motherfuckers gonna sit here and talk about R. Kelly? These motherfuckers make R. Kelly look like Sesame Street.
But see, and that I want to be clear about that, BMU. This is what pisses me off is the double standard.
Yeah.
Woody Allen should have just as much smoke and heat on him as the Cosbys, as the R. Kellys, as the Diddy's. And because I want to be very clear, audience, BMU and I are not making the argument that these guys shouldn't have any smoke on them. We're saying the amount of heat that the Woody Allens of the world didn't get makes no freaking sense.
You know who Jerry Lewis is?
Yes.
Jerry Lewis married his 12-year-old cousin. This is the shit. Priscilla was 14.
That makes sense why you see certain states around our country, bro, always fighting against age of consent laws. Like, still going on.
I'm going to add something else. There's a few niggas on the Epstein list. But I promise you, hey, what don't blow no kiss at me? That's the gayest shit.
That's my wife, bro. Like, she going to bed, dog. Babe, he thought I was throwing a kiss at
I had to stop for a minute. This is pause, nigga. But if you look at the Epstein list, look at all the white people on the Epstein list that are not in the jail cell right now. You got people like Tom Hanks who was out there. Bill Clinton, roasted potato face ass was out there. Hillary Clinton was out there. John McCain and his wife. What the fuck were they doing out there? And none of these people are going to get locked. None of these people are going to share a cell with R. Kelly.
Two biggest ones, too, that won't be sharing a cell with R. Kelly or Diddy BMU. The former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, who was abused. Yes. He was abusing both the girls and the boys.
And where's he at now?
He free. And then, unfortunately, the CEO from my state of Ohio, Wexner, Victoria's Secret, also a sex abuser, also walking around free.
Yeah. And guess what? The Abercrombie & Fitch guy? They had him for trafficking, had him arrested, fingerprinted this motherfucker. A week later, he was on his yacht in the Persian Sea. Somebody talk to me. And we ain't heard nothing else about this shit. This is that bullshit. And so we want to sit up here and tear our people down and R. Kelly this, which he terrible. And he did what he did. Diddy in jail. But this Epstein list, none of them motherfuckers are going to jail. None of them are going to prison. None of them.
Well, hey, BMU, I was making this point on Wednesday's show, and I got to say it's less about political party and more about our country. Dumb Western, soft libtard European countries conservatives make fun of, they making Andrew pay. They dragging his ass up and down for being in the Epstein files. They launch all those investigations and straight up told none of them royals, hey, you can't lead a country. And so what sucks, BMU, is we watching other countries hold our fucking citizens more accountable than we are.
Yep. It's we're in a bad way right now. Chaotic Truth, come on up here, man. I would love to have you up here, Chaotic Truth, because Tyrese
Oh,
would love to have
CC.
you up here. Because we're about to talk about these dumbass Democrats. Okay. Rob, hey, Rob, what's going on, man? Yeah, they said they went back 30 years for Bill. I believe this. I was watching The View, and if you want to come up, guys, the link is at the top of the chat. If you don't see it, let me know. I'll put it in the chat for you again so you can come up. But I was watching The View, and do you know what Sonny Halston said? I used to like Sonny. I used to have a little crush on Sonny. I used to like her. I think she had really good full lips. She was bright skin with the little long, little curly hair down. I used to like Sonny.
Bro, what do you mean?
Okay. I used to like her. Okay. I don't know more. Right. Sonny Halston said, they asked her about women who coming out from 94, 91, 89, 74, saying that they were sexually assaulted. And she said, you don't need evidence anymore. She said, all you need now is a woman's word. What?
Problematic statement.
Oh, God. She said, I am a former prosecutor. I am still in the loops. She said, all you need is a woman's word now. You don't need to have proof anymore. You don't have to have any physical proof. All she has to say, we need to start, and they got this thing, hashtag believe all women.
Yeah,
Bruh.
let's be very clear, because I do like Sunny too, and I like her takes a lot. That was a brain dead take. I don't care what political side of the aisle on. You take every accusation seriously, but you believe the evidence. At the end of the day, BMU, I think you and I agree, this is still innocent until proven guilty. And when you out here just saying, hey, oh, you need any evidence anymore, that's problematic. That's a problem, and that's a problem, honestly, she needs to address. Shout out to everybody up in the chat: Robert, Lunatic Libertarian, Kamal, the Shadow Band, Johnson, Braxton, JT again. We see you guys up in there, man.
Yeah, man. I don't believe, like Bill Cosby. This lady came, she time traveled from 1865 and say Bill Cosby sexually assaulted her. I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand how she could do that. How is it possible? So that means a woman could just wake up one morning and say, you know what, I'm at the end of my rope. Let me accuse somebody so I can get paid. That's what's going to happen. And you know what? It's making the women look really bad when they're found out to be liars. Because everybody, let me tell you, everybody was on, what's the wide receiver's name for the Patriots? Diggs. Everybody was on Diggs' ass. You abuser, you woman abuser, you sexually assaulted that woman and choked her out and all this other stuff. And that lawyer put her on the stand, and that bitch was lying.
Yeah, got found not guilty.
Yep, she was lying about him choking her, lying about the sexual assault. She lied just because she was getting a bag. She wanted the bag.
No.
And guess what? She made 5 other women who actually went through this look bad. That made them unbelievable. I'm telling you, the more lies, the more unbelievable women are going to be.
And look, I can't argue against that, BMU, but I also have to look at how the nuance of the court cases. Stephon Diggs was found not guilty. So guess what? He gets to run his mouth. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Bill Cosby still went to prison for it, dog.
Yep.
So, it's not like they went for the cash grab. There was criminal charges. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, we also have to at least be able to acknowledge, like, yo, some of these guys are scumbags.
They are. But guess what, though? The majority of those scumbags, they're not in jail.
Yeah. That's
And that's the thing. We put all the niggas in jail, but we're going to keep these white men out. And I don't think, and to be honest with you, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole here and start a conspiracy thing, which I do love conspiracies, because in every conspiracy, there's some truth.
Yeah.
But I don't think Epstein did.
Bro, that's not even, dude, BMU, that doesn't even count as a conspiracy anymore. That's a legit, line of questioning.
Yeah.
Is he legit dead?
A man that powerful takes himself out. And then on top of that, do you know that Joe Rogan tried to buy the house on the island? And they refuse, say this house is not for sale.
Somebody, BMU, bought the Epstein house in Arizona and then tried to turn it into like some like a museum or like something. It's sick, bro. These dudes are sick. Why would you want that property?
I agree, Anissa. I agree with you. Me and you don't hardly agree on shit. Anissa said you can't convict someone of murder if you don't have a body. I agree 1,000%. I agree with that, even when it comes to the whole woman situation. If you don't have no proof that man forced himself on you or forced himself in you, you can't say in 1979 Bill Cosby raped me. You can't. You shouldn't be able to do that.
BMU, this is where we're gonna have pushback because you keep saying you shouldn't be able to, but then you go into court and the guy you're accusing is like, yeah, I did it. Okay. Well, then he shouldn't have been able to do what he did in the first place, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, let me say this. Okay. Have you seen, I want to make sure I preface these white folks. I want to call white folks out tonight. Okay.
Oh boy.
Are you familiar with, let's see, I'm going to give you the doctor's name. Hold on just a second. Let's see. Dr. Donald Klein. Are you familiar?
No, that wouldn't happen to be the Olympic gymnast doctor, would it?
No.
No. Okay.
Dr. Klein is a fertility doctor. Okay. And Dr. Klein, when patients would come to him for fertility treatment to have babies, he would use his sperm to impregnate the ladies.
I heard about shit.
Now, hold on. He would take his sperm, put it into the ladies. The ladies would become pregnant. He has over and counting. Let me see how many kids Dr. Klein has. Let's see. Let me ask Google here. How many kids did Dr. Klein illegally inject in women? Let's see.
Oh shit! I heard about that being. Holy fuck.
Okay, Dr. Klein. Let's see. Oh shit. 107 children and counting. Now, let me ask you a question. Where is he right now? Is he in prison? No. Guess what, Tyrus? He went to court and they told him there's no law against that. You're free to go. but R. Kelly's in jail. Diddy's in jail. But this man took his sperm.
That wouldn't be something dealing with like rendering false services or something like that.
The women were saying they felt raped because think about it.
Yeah, that is.
He went in another room while the woman was sitting there laying back on the table with her legs open. He would go in the other room and tell him, I'm going to get the sperm from a donator. I mean, from a person that donated. He goes in, he jacks off in the little tube, goes in and put his fresh sperm into the lady. Now, that's not all. That's not how the story ends. He has real bad health. Like he was fucked up for years with his health. All 107 of these fucking children all have health issues, heart murmurs, kidney problems. Their backs, their bodies are shutting down and shit. All the kids have a health issue.
So you can't even pretend like you was trying to spread your superior genetics.
Yeah, well, he said that. He said he didn't want the white. He didn't want the white. He didn't want any other race of people outgrowing white people. So every white woman that came in, he gave her a baby. He wanted his lineage to live forever. Now, this old bastard got 107 children. And now out of those 107 children, most of them also have children. So he just started a whole lineage. It's going to be a whole lineage of the motherfuckers. You can't erase them. And guess what he at home with his wife. He's not in jail with R. Kelly. He's not in jail.
There was really no criminal statute they could have got him with, huh?
Nope. They said there's no law against him doing that. And they sent him home. Welcome to the show, man. My two brothers just came in. Our Payne's in the building, man. Thank you for being here tonight. Our Payne, good to see you.
Hold on, guys.
Also, John is in the building as well. What's up, John, man? How are you tonight?
How y'all doing?
All right.
Good to see you. I'm just trying to figure something out, our Payne and John, as me and Tyrese was talking. I'm trying to understand why black men like R. Kelly and Diddy are locked up in prison, but you got people like Neil Diamond, who wrote a song about touching a 14-year-old girl who was John F. Kennedy's daughter. And then you got Elvis Presley, 36, and his girl and his wife Priscilla was 14. And then you got Woody Allen, who adopted a girl, waited till she was 18 and divorced his wife and married her. And then you got this man who put his sperm in 107 women and got 107 kids, and he ain't in jail either. Can y'all tell me why the white men not in jail?
Easy.
Somebody?
Easy, because they say that we could do this and you can't. And if you think you're going to get out of line and try to think that you could do what we could do, we're going to show you by taking your greatest people that you think is great and smack them down so you can know what we could do to you. That would be even worse. We could get away with it because we create the society that you live in.
Our Payne?
I hate these conversations, man. Listen, I don't, I really do. Just because a white man is fucked up, black people should get away with doing some fuck shit.
No. Our Payne, listen, no. You got to hear what we're saying.
We shouldn't even make these comparisons, BMU. I can't stand them.
Our Payne,
listen to me.
You got to make our Payne. Come on now, you got to make the comparison, our Payne, because a man just put his sperm in 107 women and got 107 babies, and he's not in jail.
No, listen. That's not. We don't need to make that situation fucked up. You don't have to compare black guys going to jail and he's not. If the black guys are not criminals, that's one thing. If they don't have any criminal activities and they just started picking up niggas off the street and putting them in jail and they didn't do anything, that's a real affront. But two crimes, one where a white man gets off, but the black man doesn't. I don't like to argue those things. We know why that happens.
Payne, we're going to real quick, Payne, because I understand exactly what you mean and I agree with you. But that's why I said at the beginning that BMU and I are making it clear we are not saying the standard should be lowered.
Right.
We are saying that the same heat that these black men got and deservingly got, that needs to be the same for the Wexners and the other.
I do hear you, and I don't disagree with that. But it's almost, I think it's wasted energy because it is what it is. It's not what we want to be. It is what it is. Let's put it to this way, and I'm gonna say this shit, and you guys are gonna kick my ass. But the whole fucking country stopped because of Epstein, right? They didn't let him walk, right? So
he walked a few times before he even got convicted.
No, forget what the fuck he did before. We're still talking about that motherfucker right now. Mm-hmm. Right? So they didn't let him. Listen, he's dead. I believe they murdered him, by the way.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
All right, so what the fuck, man? All right, so I just think the guy was a Mossad agent or whatever he might have been. This guy had all kinds of dirt on people. They didn't let him go scot-free. They let him linger too long, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, these comparisons, I mean, it's like, listen, you guys could argue about how come the white man is not in jail, but the black guy is. Then how do you argue about some of the white guys who do go to jail?
I don't know.
I mean, to me, it's just a wasted argument.
But you look at the white guys that go to jail.
We know it's racism that made that shit happen, right? That's the real racism that still exists in these organizations. I agree. So, I mean, what is there to talk about? But, however, if R. Kelly, I don't know if he deserves all he got, but his hands aren't clean. So arguing the difference, it's like you're almost trying to say this guy shouldn't be doing the time because the white man didn't.
No. I said R. Kelly doing the time.
You argue it. If you just because then the argument is over. The fact that there's a difference is pure racism. What is it there to talk about?
Right, R. Kelly should be in there. I'm saying that the stuff that R. Kelly did, I just want you to take a minute, R. Payne, just a second, and look at what Dr. Klein did. Dr. Klein went in a room and jacked off 107 times and put his sperm in women, and they had babies who now are medically dysfunctional. All these kids are all the kids that came from.
Okay, so where was he at? Where was he at?
In Indiana.
All right, so okay. So all I'm trying to say is in Indiana, they let him get away with it. If he was somewhere else, he might not have. Because you could find a charge for somebody.
Yeah.
Right? So he got away with it, but and it's fucked up. But the comparison thing I still have a problem with. He got off because he's white and he got connections.
I think the problem with the comparison thing is what he's trying to say is that you have to bring it to the light so it can make a change. Because I mean, that's the only thing you can do. That's what we've been doing. We've been doing it for a long time.
Yes,
but John, it's the wrong argument. If I'm on the Supreme Court, right, and you want to tell me how come we're not prosecuting white men like we prosecute the rest of the people in the diaspora, blacks and everybody else included? You know, I would have to try to fashion an argument that says a punishment should be a punishment meted out where you can't distinguish upon racial lines, just like they're doing with the fucking gerrymandering.
But when you are
that part should be looked at because we know that's why they're doing it. We know that there's judges out there putting black people in private prisons and brown, well, I hate brown people, black people and non-white people with extended prison times in private prisons because they're getting kickbacks. You know, we know there's a lot of that going on. We're not even talking about that. You know, it can't be, huh?
I do agree with you on that because they are a judge in Philadelphia.
Right. I was going to say the people of Pennsylvania. Right.
Black juveniles to private institutions to work for his own kind of, business deals.
I'm sorry, John. I mean, listen, I don't disagree with where you guys come from. We never get anywhere with these arguments on why the black guy's doing time and the white guy's not, because we already know the answer.
And I agree with you on that. It does a point because we do know that they sentence us harder, but then, like you were saying about the Supreme Court, them arguing it, you can always argue racial prejudice and racial what's the word I'm looking for? Give me a second.
Discrimination.
Not discrimination, but with prejudice, where you being predatory towards black people and you sentencing them harder than you sentencing the white people. So you can argue that. If both of us go out there, we both do something to SA to a child, and we both do the exact same thing. And me being a black man, I get 30 years, and you being a white man, you get 5 for probation. That is called, predatory racial discrimination. You are going a predator. You're being a predator against black people. You're trying to sentence them and put them in the street. Put them in prison, but in the street to eliminate them from other situations.
So like Payne, for another example too. No one here will argue that even if you're a juvenile boy, if you essay a girl, you should go to juvenile detention, you should be in prison, right? But far too often, the book gets thrown at black and brown boys, and then the white boys go to the same courtroom under the same law, and all of a sudden, well, we don't want to ruin this kid's life. He got a bright future ahead of him.
I agree with that. If I was I'm still trying to fashion a better argument that I would argue about on a federal level, okay, where black people get disproportionately longer federal crimes. Where our black representatives, the Congressional Black Caucus, making a big stink that a vial of crack gets you life, but a pound of coke only gets you like a few years.
There has been made a big stink about it, and that's why some of those standards or some of those automatic sentences have been rolled back, Payne, because people have been making it.
But not when they mattered back in the day when crack was at its height. That's the first thing. The second thing is now the people on crack were just victims of addiction as the white boys are with fentanyl and all that. So they got a public health crisis with them, but our guys were criminals. And to me, since the laws and shit are meted out at the state and the federal level, I'm saying, why do we have all these black representatives when they're not stumping and making a big fucking loud noise because of those disparities? Not just a couple of people on the panel. Where's the guy and the black woman and all these motherfuckers with the bullhorns saying how fucked up that is? And but all they want to do, that's not what they're focused on.
Really,
on
Payne? Because there was one in Texas, but she just got her district redrawn out from under her.
Yeah, but what was she was
Jasmine
saying?
Crockett.
But
I hated her.
What was she? I don't
like the bitch either.
But what about exactly what you was talking about? You don't like her, but she was doing exactly what Payne was talking about.
And Jasmine Crockett, I got her on the thumbnail.
I did, Payne. She was, her and the squad were always all over exactly what you was talking about.
No, the squad did.
Yes.
Did.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead. So what you was going to say, BMU?
No, I'm gonna say this. I want to change this. I'm just gonna go into what the show is gonna be about tonight, man. That's a good opening conversation.
Oh shit, man. Y'all been on for like an hour, right?
So let me say this. Yeah, because the conversation got really good and we was looking up shit. But I want to say this though. Payne, I want you to tell me something. I'm gonna ask you a question. What have the Democratic Party done for black people? Take your time, Doc.
They subjugated black people. They have too many black people thinking they're victims, depending on the government, and things of that nature. So what have they done good? I'm trying to think.
I'm with you.
I'm trying to think what they've done good, because even with the Civil Rights Bill, they're not the ones who passed it through the Senate. It was a Republican who did that. So and then LBJ. I can't find the quote, but we all heard it. If I sign this legislation, I'm gonna have the niggas eating out of my hand for 200 years.
Yep.
I've looked high and low to see if he put that on paper somewhere. I can't find it. So I just think it's one of those urban legends that people told it enough so people believe that he actually said it. But the truth of the matter is, we've been under the thumb of the Democrats for over 60 years. And are we better in school at the lower levels and public schools better? Right? We just had the boy they want to expel for going to that was a charter school too, asking basic questions of black kids, and they couldn't even read the sentence, silhouette, and things of that nature. And they want to expel the guy for doing it. I'm just saying. Now, here's my thing. The Democrats are socialists, okay? They want the government to have control of all production. I'll give you a quick example, right? Mondani wants to have wants to be in control of daycare for free. So he's going to set up an organization and the pilot programs with 40 kids. It's going to cost $2.3 million for 40 kids. So he's going to have to put an infrastructure in place, a staff, regulations, and all that shit. It's going to come out to be $50,000 a kid. Okay? The truth of the matter is, when they did the analysis, they said, well, it could be up to $20,000 for a family to put a kid through daycare every year. Instead of it didn't have to cost $1,000, but instead of letting private enterprise handle that, give me a voucher for the 40 kids up to $20,000. And let private enterprise have that. If I have a daycare center I want to go to that's owned by a private organization, it'll be up to $20,000. It could be $10,000. It could be less. It depends on who I get. And so those 40 kids would cost maybe $800,000 instead of 2.3, 2.5 million, where the government, which sucks as a business owner, is in charge. So private enterprise would have worked much better. But he doesn't want that. He wants to control everything. That's just one example. He's kicking. And all the millionaires are running out of New York like crazy because of that prick. And I'm just saying, You know, it's not like the Republicans are any great shakes. It's just that us as black people are disenfranchised. And the reason why I'm for the conservatives is because I'm not for open borders. I'm not for cashless bail. I'm not for mutilation of children. I'm not for unfettered abortion. I'm not for the shit they're for, right? I'm not for men and women's sports. I can't vote for these motherfuckers. You know, that's why. You know, I have a whole list of reasons why I can't stand it. And I also have a list of those socialist women, liberal socialist women who get to these positions and they all are fumbling the bag. They're going to jail in droves. They get, you know, the mayors, they all got cases. Not all. And the only thing that's not fair, I don't have a complete number of what percentages, but I got a list of 30 women, black women who are liberal Democrats, losing judgeships, losing AG positions, losing mayoral positions, you know, just going to judges, just going to jail.
But more black women lost their jobs and positions on the Republican Party than any other party that's been around.
The Republican Party didn't make those women lose their jobs.
I mean, they made the cuts for that. They cut the job.
I want to add something before you go, John. I'm gonna let you go right. I'm gonna let you cook. But I'm gonna add something. R-Pain, you see the black lady in my lovely state and city, Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, the chief of police. Yeah, the chief of police now. They got
the chief of police, 30 counts.
30 counts of felony charges.
And guess what? And here's another thing. Here's another thing. When you see what their major planks are for all these women, is diversity. So you'll see them backed up by some big lesbian stud as their vice president. And you know, forget about what your credentials are. You know, I mean, it's just crazy. If they get control again, America's screwed.
Yep. John, what are your response to R-Pain when he says he didn't want to vote for a party that want to mutilate children or support gay marriage or support all this sugar pants and support tampons in boys' bathrooms? Support.
Okay. First off, I would say, where do you get the information that they want to put tampons in boys' bathrooms? Because I researched that and I hadn't found nothing but on blogs. Nothing factual about that. That's one.
Give me a second.
Go ahead. John, you're making an excellent point. And John, just to reaffirm what you're saying, they're talking about the policy in Minnesota that was trying to put free tampons in public schools in all the bathrooms for the impoverished children. That's what they're complaining about.
I know what they're about to go to. That's male and female, so that got something to do with trans.
Yeah, nothing.
Stop. We got to stop this bullshit, y'all. We got to stop this shit. If they put in tampons in boys' bathrooms, guys, that is
setting up the future. It's setting up the future. It's setting up the future. That's all.
And guess what? That same governor was running for vice president of the United States. He was running for vice president of the United States, and he wanted to put tampons in boys' bathrooms.
Okay, and again, how does that mean that is for sickly saying I'm giving this to trans people? Did it say, did it say in there, this is going to the
it wasn't nothing in writing. It wasn't nothing in writing.
That's all I want to know. I want to assume that I can assume Donald Trump did 96 murders.
So you can just use logic, right? You can just use logic because I don't know if you have a son. I have a son, right? And that's going to acquiesce what we seeing these dudes being more like the feminist mamas and grandmamas of old. This is what we see, and it's called grooming. It sets up the future.
Yeah. It's set. Okay, so I can assume that. But
listen, Tyrus, the fact
that they will destroy black community.
I'm sorry, but Tyrus, you said something about putting it in poor people's bathroom, right? And that's the problem. And that's the problem. They push these dumbass mandates on poor innocent children, right?
Yes.
When it's promoting sexual activities. And most parents in schools, and this is what they don't do in the neighborhood where you pay taxes, They don't put these dumb programs into white kids and mixed kids to say, go run amok. Boys and girls. There's no way. Tell me where in any state outside of Minnesota. Hold up. I know, brother, y'all in different states.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell me where. Okay, so Iowa, y'all look different. Y'all might have boys and girls and horses. So my thing is this, right? Do you, as a father, son, big brother, little brother, slow brother, smart brother, condone feminine products in the bathroom that you go to? Because that's saying that the girl that's going to identify as you, she's coming in there. And if you a man and you got a man, you're going into this space with the girls.
How does a feminine product that women need once a month, their damn near their entire life, promote sex?
Why would they put
where if he put it in all the public schools in Minnesota, right? That's the whole state of Minnesota, right?
No, you're just trying to put it. Hold on. You're just trying to put
it in the whole state.
Can we answer the question though? Because for you guys are minimizing what
I am gonna. I'm sorry.
You guys are minimizing what it's not about. Just the tampon shit. It's putting full-fledged chicks with dicks.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
In men's sport and women's sports.
It has nothing to do. Here's the actual policy language issue. No. You guys keep making stuff up. You guys keep making stuff up. You guys keep making stuff up. Here's what the policy language is. The law says menstrual products must be available in bathrooms regularly used by students in grades 4 to 12. Earlier wording referenced female restrooms. So this is about putting tampons.
That's the updated version. That's the new version.
This is about putting tampons for women who go through a normal process.
Big picture.
My man's old. My man's old. He's Gen X, John.
Why would the tampons be in a boy's bathroom?
Exactly.
I mean, why would they be in a boy's bathroom?
Exactly. My man's older, G. Now you know you Gen X. You look like you in your 50s, right? And back in the day when I was in middle school, high school, the girls' bathroom had those.
That's right.
Girls were a lot more responsible. Girls' bathroom had those. Girls a lot more cleaner than the little nasty girls running around because girls understood their responsibility. Now, what they should do, because all these is bring those condoms into the bathroom and give them education about it, because that's where the
Republicans say they promoted sex and that
they bring tampons into. You don't bring tampons into white schools. White schools don't get all that. They push it into poor, disadvantaged. That's what you said. The poor kids.
I live here in the upper middle class area. There's nothing.
Did y'all vote for that in y'all neighborhood?
They got tampons in the girls' bathroom.
Hold up. Did y'all vote for it though?
Tampons in the girls'
bathroom.
We talk about boys.
That policy is a newer policy. It wasn't
exactly. It's a newer democratic policy.
Good policy that you're arguing against. You're literally arguing against putting that into the women's
right.
bathroom.
You don't put it in there.
Why?
Take that shit out. Hold on. Time out. No. Are you arguing that they put it in women's or men's? We're talking about
who's back. They just put it in there.
Please, man.
Whoa. Now you go too far.
You make the claim that putting tampons
for girls.
You specifically,
yes.
I know.
You talking about for boys? No.
I know you didn't.
You're putting words. Listen, when
I said, Payne, I know you didn't say that.
You guys brought it down to the bathroom. I didn't.
Payne, I didn't say that. Coach specifically said,
Coach might have said
putting tampons in the girls' bathroom is promoting sex.
No,
that's specifically what he said.
I said the boys' bathroom.
No,
that's what we arguing about. The boys.
Coach,
we arguing the boys' bathroom. But we arguing but I've been arguing the boys' bathroom the whole time. Our pain made it. I'm just like,
hey, y'all, we're gonna do one mic. The people in the audience say y'all mics are clashing against each other. So we let one person go at a time. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. How does how does the tampon in the boys' bathroom promote sex? Do they shove it up their ass in the boys' bathroom, coach?
No, they're gonna make sure our boys gonna be wearing dresses in 5 years.
So,
Coming
so a
Why do I make them want to wear dresses?
bathroom is going to make them wear
Come on,
dresses.
man. They're gonna be switching and crying about the girls. Come on, man.
This is
That's
insane.
how they set it up.
You know, I mean, come on. You know what, Rooster? The only thing is that you're so much more intelligent than what you just said. If they're putting tampons and women's products in boys' bathroom, the message is that it's okay if you think you some kind of fruit cup. You might think you might need them. It's a subliminal message, and you know that. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Really? That's what you get out of that.
Yeah, you can come over and get this surgery. A little 12, 13-year-old girl and boy, they can be groomed to be anything. Come on, man. He might be groomed that way. That's most of them get touched. That's when most of them get touched. What are we talking about?
According to Coach, girls don't have periods, guys. It's not natural.
Man, come on, man. They start. Listen, Tyrus, you sound silly, man. I grew up with 5 girls. I've been knowing how girls supposed to act as girls all of my life. I grew up with girls.
Like it, Coach.
So again, in middle school, when my sister, my 2 older sisters were in middle school, they put that into the bathroom for the girls. And when we got to middle school, high school, they put condoms in there for the boys. If I'm saying today, if they want to have a solution, you go back to putting the same products for the girls. And this is where the slow mamas come in at. Teach a girl how to protect her body and nourish her body and make sure she handle that. And for the boys, you don't put no girls products in the boys' bathroom at no 12 and 13. Come on, man. We talking about kids. We talking about people in the most vulnerable state of mind of life, and we gonna show them to be some feminine shit. No, put footballs on the wall. Put some
lunatic up here.
Come on, man. Put some golf. Put some Tiger Woods. Put some. Y'all want to have rainbow colors and shit. Being that painting pink on the wall. No, man.
Don't you think the problem be more at home? There's some tampons in the bathroom. Don't you think that'd be more things that gotta be dealt with at home? If something's going in at home, then a kid going to the bathroom and say, "Oh, I see some tampon. I think I want to be a girl."
Yep.
Don't you think you got more to do with something at home?
John,
my cousin kept telling me I was a girl.
Stop this, John. We got to stop this. Girls' tampons should not be in boys' bathrooms. Period.
Why? That's what makes
it's crazy.
I got 2 girls.
And you better not. Come on, man.
We see grown ass men arguing if a fucking tampon should be in a boy's bathroom.
That's crazy.
Because I don't see a problem with it when the fact is somebody can use it. No, because somebody can use that. I could be getting it for my sister that got
Come on, man. Stop all
my older sister could be. I come to just like just like they say, hey, we get food at school because somebody might be at home that needs it.
Come on, man.
They put pantries in schools because they said parents or somebody at home might need it. So if you got a kid, I said, "Oh, my mom might be out of tampon. Let me bring this home." But your conclusion is, I walk into a bathroom, I see a tampon, and now I'm gay.
By the way, John. By the way, all of this is over the fact that they revised it from girls' bathroom to just student bathrooms, and so they all flocked into just assuming that it's just biological.
That makes it worse.
I want to know what student
bathroom, bro.
I want to know what kid in the United States has sex change at 12 years old or something.
Hold on, man. Stop it, man. We talking about a celebrity basketball player's son at the grooming age turned himself into a little girl at the age of 12. Hold up.
Absolutely not.
Come on, hold up.
No, he didn't do that. He was grown. Let's get that. I already know where you're going.
Hold on.
Legally has changed himself sexually.
He's like 5 years old. What are you talking about?
Come on, man.
Hold on for a second. I mean, okay, this is a crazy conversation from the standpoint that, okay, if you agree with gender affirming care, you just say that's what you agree with, okay? And we could just move on because we're not going to get anywhere. I don't agree with it.
Go get a new hairline every year.
I don't agree with it. You know, and
come on now,
and a lot of starlets.
Men
Like,
go get penis, erectile dysfunction. They go get that fixed. That's gender affirming care.
Why don't you let me finish saying what I got to say?
Go ahead, man.
And all I'm saying is, like starlets like Charlize Theron, she adopted a black kid, and she immediately started to transition him into a girl.
Yep,
and he was 3 years old.
Yep, you did.
You know, so all I'm trying to say, wait a minute. So if you're for that, just say you're for it, because I don't want to argue about it no more. I'm against
it.
And
I'm not for anything with gender. What I'm against is parents doing that to the kids. That's on that parent, and that parent need to be disciplined with that. And that's going to parent, and that's another thing. Now, if a parent sits there and see a child at 5 years old and say, "Oh, I think my child should be a girl," that's a parent disorder, and that's a disorder that the parent put on that child. Okay, that's there.
No,
what do in the bathroom?
But it's still, come on, man. We talking. I don't know. Look at this. I don't know. Listen, man. These type. I ain't gonna lie, man. These type of topics, it sort of triggers me, right? Because I work with those young people in those spaces. It ain't just the parent all the time, because there's some fucking uncles, some aunties, some cousins, some silly folk. But no, ain't got nothing to do with the parent, right? But when they go to the school, right? Kids can't read. We talking about we gonna distract them from reading and have them look at the tampon and the groom. Now they got to get the misunderstanding of the word from the family, the friend, the person that's trying to groom them, and the most vulnerable time in a kid's life. No, a kid has to be identified with what the fuck he was born with. That's the problem.
That's
you have to be identified, but it ain't always the parent, but the school.
But it's even more deep than that. It's not parents' legislation where they took. When your birth, when you're born, when it used to be, if you had a dick, you were a male.
Yes,
if you had a pussy,
straight
you were a woman, a girl.
Yes,
they took those monikers off birth certificates, and they're letting parents and people. I'm gonna let the kid decide somewhere that by raising them that they're gonna.
Or they grooming them that way. They grooming that child.
I might keep it because it might be useful when I want to do chicks with dick shit. But
my girl daughter just had a child, and they put female on there, so I don't know what's on the birth certificate. So
I just put female on my daughter's passport. I
don't know.
We don't want those people.
Come on, but y'all read some other people to be, I don't know, umbrellas and shit. Go be signs and
We're
shit.
saying we really don't care one way or the other.
Well, if y'all don't care, hold up. You better care because hold up. It is the thing. If you have a young person coming behind you, you better fucking care. And I mean by this because when that umbrella come up in your child's life, and then he wants to get flipped upside down. No, you better know what type of man or woman your seed is running up on out here. Come on, man. We ain't gonna let them.
I got 2 daughters, 14 and 12. Okay, I don't agree with a boy. I don't agree with a boy or playing a girl sport. I don't agree with that. That's one thing I don't agree. That's why I live in Iowa. We got a law. You play in the sports that you were born with. You know what I mean? That's what they say here. This is Iowa. I'm a Republican state. Okay, so. Well,
like crazy.
You don't want tampons. You want tampons in the boys' bathroom, but you're against boys playing girls' sport.
Because that's a whole different day. That's a whole different physical day. Let me go in this place and play basketball against your daughter and give her an elbow. I bet she's gonna fall down. But let my daughter go in there and
both of y'all gonna fall down.
Let my daughter go in there and play against it. I bet you it'll be more even. That's why I said a boy don't need to play.
But hold on, John. But do you believe, John, if you accept one thing, everything else happens? It's Pandora's box. When you open that motherfucker, everything happens. So if you say if you're okay with if you're okay with tampons in boys' bathrooms, it's just a matter. You know what? It's a motherfucking woman. It's a motherfucking man in female UFC fighter right now that think he a female. And he beating the fuck out these women. Knocking their motherfucking heads off.
There's a man in UFC fighting women right now.
Fighting as a woman. He identifies as a fucking woman. Google it.
Yeah, I know about the one that was boxing in the Olympic or something like that. I know about that one I know about that one that I know what you're talking about. I know about that one. And I know about the one that got the weight thing when a man went in and beat him too. I know about that. I do keep up with what's going on. I have no problem. What I'm saying is tampons, jump from tampons in the bathroom to, oh, I need to go have my dick cut off now. It's a whole leap, bro.
You know
That's
what?
what
I'm
I'm
gonna say
getting
this.
at.
I'm gonna say this. You know what, Coach Ferg?
That's not no grooming.
I got an announcement to make. I hope and pray that they open up the floodgates and everybody it's an equality for everybody. And I want to see some of these women who want to be men, who studs and out here playing. They got the damn football league where the girls padding up and want to fight men. I want to see a woman who thinks she a man. I want to see her line up as a receiver and do a cross across the middle of the field, across one of these motherfucking 32-year-old linebackers. That's what I want to see. I want to open up the floodgates. I want
But have you
expedition.
have you ever noticed though? You don't see no females doing that?
Women ain't doing nothing
You
reckless.
don't see no females acting like they trying to be a man out there.
Man, what are you talking? What? Come on, bro.
No, I'm talking about literally going to do physical man stuff. Like, hey, I'm gonna go out here and try to jump. Except for what's her name tries to, but literally, I'm swinging like this. And I physically like think I'm a man. You don't have a lot of females come out doing that.
Yes, they do.
No, you don't.
Come on, man. Bro. Hold up, bro. Hold up. You live in you said Iowa, right? You can go in any. You can go in any urban neighborhood in the country with 200.
I grew up in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, okay. So
on the west side.
Well, shout out to Orr High School. Hold up. Shout out to Orr and Douglas High School. Shout out to them.
You're talking about urban.
So let me say this, right? You can go any urban school in the United States right now today. It's some black girls that look just like our Payne when he was 15. It's some black girls that look just like you when they was 15, looking just like men, right?
Put a wig on, Payne. Let me see you real quick.
No, they ain't even got no wig. Cause hold up, because they wearing the short hair like us. They got the nice little short the little wave cut like I used to get when I was a young teen, right? And that's the thing. We talking about grooming. We talking about a time now where there's more sexuality being pushed to the young folk than any time in the history. You're talking about a time where, listen, and this is why I get personal. I'm gonna shut up, man. You got some babies, man. 12, 13, 14, 15, that's the most critical time as a teen, girl or boy. That'll make or break a child. I'm trying to tell you. I ain't telling you from me. I'm telling you from, you can go look in the books. Go read it. It's about 18 books you can read on that time of life. If you're having the confidence given to you by your father, boy or girl, you're not going to be a lot of times I can identify when somebody's trying to get you in the bathroom, fill on your little Peter, tell you your booty, you know what I'm saying? The real shit, all this old fake shit. No, you got to tell your kids about that. My daddy warned me about you funny looking niggas, you weird talking about. He told my sisters straight up. Today, it's 10 times more needed. Do not let these other people identify what your son or daughter going to be. Unless y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's no communication.
We are literally fear-mongering our kids into lower reading rates.
Yeah, y'all fear-mongering.
We about to have the most dumbest kids on the planet, but at least they're homophobic.
But you know,
I believe in all kids be homophobic. All kids be homophobic till you get 40 years old. Don't let nobody tell you.
I think it's a thing about, pushing sex on our kids. There is a thing, I really believe, because you look at a lot of the videos, but I just believe it's that sexual thing, pure. Like it's heterosexual, homosexual, whatever, pansexual, whatever you want to call it. Because you see, like people like Cardi B having on a video with a girl basically naked kissing on each other, and they putting that on there. You see two guys, or you see a girl and a guy on TV. There is more sexual hyper now, and I believe that is true. But if you notice one thing, in the schools, there are more females molesting our kids than anything out there right now.
I got something I want to say.
Not trans people.
I got something I want to say. Matter of fact, I got something I want to show you. Okay? This is beautiful. You know what? I just sit back and just watch stuff. Pain. I just watch different stuff, man. And I want to share something with you guys because this is where the world is going. This is why I said what I just said. I knew I wasn't fucking stupid. I knew I read this the other day. But I'm going to go ahead and show y'all this. I want y'all to listen. Listen up now. Listen.
As a football player, Tony Harris makes a habit of tackling naysayers. Knees up.
I think my biggest pet peeve is people telling me that I can't. And so I have to prove them wrong.
Did anyone tell you you're a girl, you can't play?
Of course. As a kid, when I was on a little league, I got kicked off. When I was in middle school, I got kicked off.
Yet she bounced back and proved them wrong, even when she got ovarian cancer at age 18.
I don't let anything stop me. I do not take no for an answer also.
Her drive is so strong, Tony was picked to star in a Super Bowl ad for Toyota.
People have made a lot of assumptions about Tony.
But I've never been a big fan of assumptions.
Now, after 2 years of playing free safety at East LA College, a community college team, Tony has received scholarship offers from 6 schools. And today,
Central Methodist University
announced her pick, though leaving LA won't be easy.
For them to believe in me and give me the chance, it's an honor.
What's your dream moving forward?
My dream moving forward is to become the first female NFL player. Sorry, I can't stop smiling when I say that.
Why do you smile whenever you say that?
I don't know, because it makes my heart happy.
Happy because no one is blocking Tony's dreams. Joe Fryer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Hey, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
Yep.
Bro.
I like that.
So BMU, because I know you trying to hate, but let me tell you why that's freaking awesome. First and foremost, if you even slightly pay attention to like the high school athletics, you know there's been female kickers on these football teams for quite some time.
She's
now,
a strong safety.
Obviously, you guys are going to say, hold on, BMU, hold on. Obviously, you're going to say, hey, punter and kicker, they're not really, yes, they are members of the football team, but I digress. So now let's take this woman. BMU, let's be clear here. In order for her to get this scholarship, that means for the 4 years she was in high school, every training camp, she beat out the dude trying to come for her spot, and she kept the spot. She kept her starting spot during the season.
This thing is crazy.
Which, guess what? In sports, it's a meritocracy, full and full.
So what's your problem with the video?
What's the problem?
No. This is it right here.
She's one of the unique few.
I have a 19-year-old son who could probably flip over my truck outside. I'm willing to call this young lady and have her go head to head with my boy.
Why?
He gonna retire the shit out of her.
No.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you that.
That's the point.
Prove what? What are you trying to prove?
What I'm saying to you, okay, so say when she go to college. She playing free safety, right? Say when the ball is in the air, the receiver coming, and she get cracked back on. Somebody knocked the fuck out of her.
You think it didn't happen yet?
Who gonna go scrape her up off the ground?
BMU,
You
she
think it
was in
didn't happen?
college.
You think she was in college? You think she been hit?
She went to
Dude,
college.
that's high school and college, two different things.
No, they said she been to college. They said she was in college.
She went to college, BMU.
Okay, so let her be the first NFL player. I just want to see her against. I want to see her against DK Metcalf.
So hold on. So let me get this straight.
If she can knock down, if she can tackle collegiate athletes,
that ain't gonna happen.
She can absolutely demolish any one of us up here.
No, she can't. She can demolish you. She couldn't touch me.
She can demolish you.
She couldn't touch me. No,
coach, she's a trained NFL.
I'm a trained. No. She's college.
She's a trained football player. I am not, bro. She knows how to tackle properly.
She wouldn't even be able to tackle me or keep me from tackling her today.
Hold on.
Hold on.
So we went from boys playing the girls' sports that thinking they're girls, pretending to be girls, or psychologically incompatible thinking they're girls. Because I think it's all like Napoleon. Everybody think they're Napoleon. But so we went from that to where you go find a black girl that perceives herself as a woman, that tells you she's a woman, that beats out every guy that was around her, that's in college, that got a college chose her as a woman to walk into a man's team, and we're arguing about what?
Okay, John Lewis. Hold on, John. John, I got a question. let's say, for instance, we support her completely, and the NFL says we're gonna sell some tickets. We're gonna draft this girl to the NFL, and they put her at free safety, and she drops down in free safety, and Derrick Henry coming through the hole. Who you put your money on?
Derrick Henry.
Oh, okay.
You know what's crazy?
I put myself on the
Put your
team.
money on.
But you would put your money on Derrick Henry regardless of who it is.
Thank you.
This is his thing. This is his thing.
Oh, Coach Bird, talk to these
God,
niggas.
Okay,
dang,
with this,
I would put him against the Bears. I would pick Henry against the Chicago Bears.
I like this type of. I like this video, right? Because one, I look at where she started from. The fact that she was in that condition and was able to sort of gain momentum, gain great confidence about herself, and to go to that, I get it. Girls do like, and those be some of the best looking girls that like to play football. Usually they stop about Pop Warner League. They play 11, 12, in this critical age that they're going through, right? Some will identify as a woman and still get all the boys. Some will identify as I don't know, especially today, but it's that critical point. Some will get caught up in the girl on girl, boy on boy. But the fact that she overcame it, right? Now, here's why she would never, ever make the NFL. Never, ever, 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 ever. Because once she gets to the NFL, the guy that's positioned that she took, that she's going up against, he ain't gonna look over and say, "Oh, ain't she nice and sweet?" He gonna look to sort of dislocate her body, and a woman's body couldn't build that way and play that type of on that level.
Absolutely not.
Coach, we could be real clear about this. She wouldn't make it through the draft combine process.
She wouldn't make it if she came up on me, she wouldn't tackle me. This is the thing.
So that's what I'm saying. So why? So then why is the hype so big for this girl? Oh my gosh!
Because it's the fact that BMU, she already overcame a whole bunch of shit already.
And
so it's like obviously BMU,
you see
we
the
all
daddy?
kind of know that
Did you
she's
see
not
the
going to make the
daddy?
NFL, but do you really want to be the one to tell her that after she just because BMU? Guess what? You was probably one of the same dudes who said she wasn't going to make it to college either.
No.
Yep.
You get what I mean? And so now you risk. Now you become that you take that risk of damn man. Do I want to be wrong every time I doubt this woman?
You look
Somebody
sad,
was
bro.
wrong.
I just know my son, bro. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
and people know that girl, and she just a lot of people out to get there.
No, it's a great story. Yeah, it's a great story for
It's a
the
great story. Yeah, it's a great
feminist
story.
democratic push.
So I love to
But that's as far as she goes. I hope she got a.
She had a Super Bowl commercial. They gave her a free Toyota.
Yeah, I remember
truck,
that commercial
some money in
too.
the pocket.
I remember
Yeah,
that. Listen, I just hope that she got her degree off her NIL deal. I hope she got her degree and she can go and be a nice little business, sports. Sit on down. Don't be trying to run out on the field.
And at the end of
Arpain,
the
hold
day,
on, y'all. I gotta get Arpain here. Arpain, what are your thoughts?
Listen, man. Again, these are one of those things I don't like to argue about. Listen, the thing that I don't have a problem with is she makes no pretense. She's a woman. She could play the game, and if they let women play, and she's good enough, great. Now, I don't believe it's all meritocracy. There's some publicity in there, and there's money in publicity. That the guy that she beat out for that position, we don't know whether she was better than him. Marketing, probably, yeah. So I'm just saying, she's not going. If she could play the game and she could take some of the hits and blah blah blah, the world's not changing. I don't, because she's a woman in a man's sport. But she's not trying to be a man, right? She's a woman, right? So she probably got a separate dressing room. She got all this other shit. So, she could go as far as she can go. She's not going into the NFL. Nobody's
right.
Now, okay. Now let's move on.
I mean, she didn't make it to a D1 school. She's not even in a D1 school. That tells you right there.
hey, you could put her on the Olympic flag football team, though.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But now do you see the opportunities that arrive just from her trying her ass off? Look at the potential match. You know what I mean? And again, Payne, I like I said, she's not. We know she's not going to make the NFL, right? But still football. You still got to know what the hell you're doing on game day, bro. And she clearly proved that. You know what I mean?
Well, you know,
and I want this for our Payne. Our Payne, this is for you. Because we're gonna move on to this right here.
All right.
So we're gonna move on to this. I want y'all to explain this to me.
It's taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
This ad is paid for by Donald Trump's campaign. So does Kamala Harris support taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for prison inmates in the United States? Let's verify. To get the facts, we went to a questionnaire by the ACLU, Kamala Harris's 2024 presidential campaign platform, and the Federal Bureau of Prisons. This claim stems from 2019 when Harris originally ran for president. At the time, she voiced her support for funding transition-related care, including surgery for transgender prison inmates. In 2019, she also filled out this candidate questionnaire from the ACLU. One of the questions asked if, as president, she would use executive authority to ensure transgender people who rely on the state for medical care, including those in prison, would have access to comprehensive treatment associated with gender transition, including all necessary surgical care. As you can see, Harris answered yes. In the U.S., there are more than 2,230 transgender people incarcerated in federal prisons and nearly 5,000 transgender people incarcerated in state prisons. Today, Harris's 2024 presidential platform does not mention gender transition surgeries for prisoners or transgender people at all. It does, however, say she will fight to pass the Equality Act to protect LGBTQA+ Americans in healthcare, housing, education, and more into law as president. So while it is true that Harris did once support transgender surgery in prisons in 2019 when she ran for president, right now her team says she's not running on this or proposing it. So we are going to give this a needs context. And once again, this is just a look at what she has said and done during her presidential campaigns.
Explain it to me.
So this was a questionnaire from the 2020 campaign season.
Okay.
One of many questions I was asked, and not only did she not ultimately campaign on that with 2024, right? It wasn't a thing. Now, let's be clear on the axis. We're going to ask, well, do you support it or not? No, I don't support it. Should she have supported it? No, but that's just one thing. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, listen, the fact that she didn't campaign on it doesn't mean that she wouldn't try to enact it when she became president.
There we go.
I mean, there's nothing to say that, you know, it's just smarter politics to know what the kind of shit that you can campaign on or not. For example, Trump had a lot of good shit that he said he was running on, but he didn't run on this Iran war. Right? That's the one thing he didn't run on, right? I didn't know he was going to do this because I'm tired of America being at war. Right. But he said all the other shit that he said, I agree a lot of most of the shit that he was talking about, I agree with. And he enacted a lot of that stuff. And, you know, you didn't need extra legislation to close the border. You just needed somebody with the will to do it. And he did it. He just said, Border Patrol, do your job. You know, and so I'm just trying to say, and that's just one example. So, you know, so when politicians don't run on something, that doesn't mean they don't believe it. She already said what she believed. She was just smart enough not to fucking say it when she was running. So, I mean, listen, I don't have a problem with Kamala Harris running on the stuff that she's got to stand for something, right? It's just something that I wouldn't vote for. You know, and I just have a jaundiced view of people like her, you know, cosplaying as a black woman and all that kind of stuff. You know, so I can't vote for the liberals anymore. I did it. I voted for Hillary Clinton, by the way. I didn't like her, but I was still believing the bullshit that they were talking about Donald Trump. And I'm from New York. This guy used to hang out with all the brothers, man, and rappers, this and that. He put money in Jesse Jackson's campaign. He funded Al Sharp bobblehead, fat Al Sharpton, That's before he became the bobblehead Al Sharpton. And, you know, all of that kind of stuff. I mean, real racists don't do shit like that. And Joe Biden is more racist than Donald Trump ever was. He was the one standing on the steps of the high school saying, we can't let these niggers in here. He was the one doing eulogies for the Ku Klux Klan master. He's the one who re-assaulted Anita Hill in the well of the Senate. I mean, listen, he's the one who put his elegant hatred for black people in the fucking crime bill. Was one of his best speeches ever. You know, and so I'm just trying to say is, you know, we gotta stop looking at this.
They forgot about that crime bill, R-Pain.
Yeah.
No.
Then you got Donald Trump that said, "Oh, he wanted to execute black people."
John, hold on, John.
We gotta stop. We gotta
stop
start
this, John. The man, stop this, John. Everybody know that Donald Trump took out a newspaper clipping and put it in the paper, said they should execute them 6 boys for raping that girl. Right?
No, did you read it? Did you read that?
Hold on, that's what I'm finna say, R-Pain. If you read it, because black, that's what they say. If you want to keep something from a nigga, put it in a book.
Right.
Well, I read, so
if you read, I ain't talking about you specifically. I'm saying in general. R-Pain, can you tell him what it said?
I didn't get all the detail. I know it didn't say what everybody was saying.
Exactly. It don't say nothing about it.
It did, and he admitted, and he even said it. And also, what about all the times he didn't let black people move into his building with their proven?
Here's another thing. The Central Park 5, right, were prosecuted in New York City by a Democratic attorney general, a Democrat mayor, and Donald Trump was a private citizen. Yep. He could think of anything. He wasn't making legislation. He could do anything he wants. And so
just because you're private citizen,
hold on. Hey, everybody, hold on, stop. On that ad that Donald Trump took out, and I quote, "Bring back the death penalty. Bring back our police. I want to hate these muggers and murderers. They should be forced to suffer. When they kill, they should be executed for their crimes." Right. So it seems like he said exactly what people said.
No, Tyrus. No, I hate when light-skinned niggas do this. Tyrus. What? Okay, listen. I said to get your attention. Listen, Tyrus. Where in the article? See, because I can go get my baby in here, my wife right here right now. She say words are important to my husband. Words are important to him. Listen, where in the article did it mention any of the boys, mention them by name, or said anything about the court case, or said anything about that? Where
Donald
is it
Trump
in there?
Himself admitted, tell everybody the ad was about them. Why?
So we could assume from the ad that was about them, because the ad was about people. It's like we could assume that they put a tampon in the bathroom, we're going to turn people gay.
John, I hate when conservatives do this. The fucking guy literally said he took the ad out talking specifically about this guy, and then his fucking supporters go, no.
Look at about the Central and they're black.
Hold on, John.
I could assume we were talking about black people. Because I could assume.
John, hold on, John. John and Tyrese, I have a question for both of you. So when he put that ad out, what legislation was passed?
What are you talking about? What legislation?
Oh, he's talking about the Biden.
No, I'm saying because of
that ad.
No, because of that ad, what laws were changed?
It was an ad about that specific Brooklyn. What law?
Any laws changed? Did he have power to change laws, or was he a private citizen? Put some.
He had power to get people to persuade people to listen to him and push the government into making them kids convict them kids. That's what he had power to do.
They got a full page ad about it. He got the power and influence to put his whole name on a damn skyscraper.
They didn't bring back the death penalty.
He got 7 of them.
Yeah, they did it. You know what I mean? But let's stop.
You know what? But
that's what he was using it to do.
Say it though, Payne.
Your girl Kathy Hochul, right? Instead, opened up and changed the law just to put Donald Trump where they could go back 50 fucking years to put men in to get men for just what Save Men Act, whatever that shit was, where they opened up the law that has statutes and limitations. Now you could go sue people for grabbing their ass 100 years ago.
Yeah. And you know who they gonna lock up? And y'all know who they gonna lock up the most? Poor black men. So
Bro,
stop
you could
it.
put that up there, but it don't mention their names.
The civil rights bill was
It don't
passed.
mention nothing.
That's the
Yeah,
primary
you know, you
source.
say people will go for Democrat forever, but
Keep
nobody.
listen, I believe in the listen. Donald Trump saw what the Democrats didn't want to do. They wanted to put you in jail and get that $70,000,
So now we
$80,000 a
went
year.
from Donald Trump wasn't talking about these guys to, well, yeah, he was, but he was
But
trying
listen,
to do something. He wanted, okay.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
I support both of those things. I don't care who you are. If you kill somebody, let's get you up out of here.
Don't get them out of here. But let me say this to John and Tyrese since they didn't
But
bloody.
why since Donald Trump still and the Republican Party loves blacks so much, why they seem like they want to like call all the black votes out like in Memphis?
They're not. That's fear tactics.
Or like, Louisiana.
Hey,
that's what Obama did. Obama said y'all ain't niggas. Obama said y'all niggas ain't nothing. Y'all niggas ain't nothing. They vote for
Campbell. Now we're going to blame Obama for them jibbing reggae and cutting the black district out in Memphis. That's going on right now. We're going to blame Obama for that.
Hey, John, let me tell you something, John. Because we need to.
Okay, cool. We blame Obama for what Trump said when he said, "I need y'all to jibber rig, you know, Texas, Louisiana. I need you to give me more red, senators." So now they're cutting all the black votes out.
I didn't see John. I didn't see Obama. John. I didn't see Obama. Yeah,
but he's taking all our black rights away.
I didn't see Obama do shit for you. All I seen him do was give you bombs. Booty.
What did I say about that?
Bombs, booty, and deportation.
Oh, that's what we're gonna use the transgender.
He gave that's all he gave us.
Listen,
what laws what laws had Donald Trump pushed to stop the transgender
and he got Osama bin Laden, but I'm gonna stop right there.
Oh my God! Well,
I mean, what laws has Donald Trump passed?
But all of a sudden, the body's in the ocean. I don't got
transgender.
All I'm saying is this. I'm saying is this, John and Tyrese. The 3-strike rule when it came out was done by Democrats. Bill Clinton was a part of it. Bill Clinton was a part of it. Come on, John. Bill Clinton was a part of it.
I'm waiting for the gas price to be on $3.
Bill Clinton, if you can't afford it, just buy a horse. Bill Clinton was a part of it. Hillary Clinton was a part of it. Sleepy Joe was a part of it. Do you know how many black men were incarcerated from the 3-strike rule? I want somebody to pull that up from ChatGPT. Oh, never mind. More than 80,000 black people were sentenced as 3-strike in the 3-strike rule. 7,500 people were sentenced as 80,000 people altogether were sentenced in the 3-strike rule. You know, them niggas, nothing but niggas. And they was putting niggas in jail. And guess what? Them men that went to jail on them 3-strike rules is still affecting their families to this fucking day. But don't nobody want to talk about the 3-strike rule. Don't nobody want to talk about go out and come back in, John. Go out and come back in. Let me help him. Let me help him. And maybe his headphones or something.
Yeah, headphones die. I can hear him though. No.
But yeah, the 3-strike rule then put so many black men in jail and they've lost their families and they and was in prison for years and years and years. I don't understand it. I don't understand how we don't hold Bill Clinton accountable. We don't hold Bill Clinton accountable. We don't hold Bill Clinton accountable. Hillary Clinton accountable. We don't hold Joe Biden accountable. We don't hold none of them accountable. Kamala Harris, y'all want us to talk about, well, Donald Trump is a dictator. He's a dictator and he's racist. But then you want to vote for a woman who married the oppressor. Get the fuck out of here. We got to stop this shit. This shit is crazy. The motherfucking Democrats or Republicans ain't never done nothing for niggas. And this is why black people are waking up. Coach Ferg, go look on all these different channels from these young people. These young people, 19, 20 years old, they say, we're not voting no motherfucking more. We not voting. Fuck that. If we don't see no paper, no bread, fuck your vote. Fuck your representative. Fuck the Republican Party. Fuck the Democrat Party. We not voting no more. That's what the black people are saying right now. Al Sharpton just had an event. Lil Al had an event. You seen the young guy got up and told him, you want our vote, you gonna fucking pay us. And we not finna be out here voting for this bullshit that y'all want. He said, y'all been out here saying we shall overcome for the last 50 years. We ain't voting no more. Fuck that shit.
There you go.
He said, you motherfuckers been voting for 100 years and ain't shit changed. We still at the bottom of the fucking barrel. We not voting no more. These young kids are telling you old niggas we ain't voting no fucking more. We're done.
Y'all better join. Y'all better join with the
I'm
young
telling you
folk.
right now.
So what we just going to do? Sit on the couch?
No, you get out there and vote with
John,
them.
what I'm telling you is everything that you and Tyrese may be standing on right now, it ain't gonna matter in 10 years. These fucking kids are saying they're not gonna vote for nobody. They say fuck everybody.
And you know what? You know what's going to happen to them?
They're not voting.
They're going to be effed up because if you don't vote, you got no voice.
So,
bro, oh hell no! Let me, I'm gonna let you get him, but let me get him first. Listen, man, that's that bullshit that they feed you. You ain't gonna have no voice. You don't have no voice, no way. That's why at the end of the goddamn vote night, what they say? What is the college say about the vote? What did they say? That's what matters.
But you only get the college election for your people by the power of the votes of each state. So so that's how they go there.
Sir,
But
I'm gonna ask you and Tyrese a question. Go on social media, TikTok, Instagram, anything you want, and I want you to search young people saying they no longer will vote. And they're in droves, and they said, we want checks, we want to see change. If we don't get no money in our pockets, fuck you and fuck your vote.
Oh my God. The demographic that since our nation's founding has always had the lowest voter turnout is on social media saying they're not going to vote. Oh my God.
So why does the vote matter then? That's the point I'm making.
Bro, young people.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
The vote didn't matter. Why are they trying to take it from you?
Tyrese, I'm asking a direct question, Tyrese. Why are black people still voting when the turnout is so fucking low? Why does it matter if we vote?
Well, it matters if we vote, if the turnout's high. You guys got to understand whether take the political names out of it. Your low voter turnout automatically helps your opposition, right? So whatever, again, take the political party, whatever your leaning is, right? If your side, if you know you have numbers, but your side doesn't like showing up, then now the only way for you to have representative in government is you have to hope the other side is just as complacent as you are. That's literally all you can do when you don't participate. Right. And so this is why a high voter turnout is so important. Right. And but we also have to do a better job with teaching our American people, again, like your federal elections, the state elections are far more important.
They are. I agree.
Like, like everybody, knows the president, or everybody will know some random congressman in Texas or New York. But BMU, so many people don't know the name of their mayor or the school treasury, right? Or the tax treasury.
Votes, but how does those votes matter? Like, okay, take my state, for instance. Take Louisiana, for instance. Everybody voted for the governor. Everybody voted for the chief of police. Everybody voted in the local elections. Guess what? 3 people, governor, lieutenant governor, chief of police, all indicted on federal felonies. And they're all Democrats. They're all fucking Democrats. And these young people went out and voted for these motherfuckers, and they're criminals.
Bro, and guess what? There's been other Democrats, as you know of, who've also been under indictment, just like there's been Republicans around other states that have also been under indictment. BMU, here's what sucks. We have 50 states. So sometimes we like to spread the corruption around to every single state because we saw this one state completely jacked up. Right. And so, like, for example, I know most of us probably aren't from like the New England area, but for the most part, man, you don't be hearing shit about them states up there. You get what I mean? Because they got they got pretty much functioning states.
But you know why though?
But coach, you know why you hear about the Louisiana and the Alabama and the Mississippi? Because the healthcare is ranked 49th. The education is ranked 49th. The infrastructure is ranked 49th.
Yes, that's all true, right? However, you look at any of those places, when you have a high number of no home ownership, you don't have a say-so in what goes on in your community. If you're a renter in neighborhoods, urban neighborhoods with the big nose, big lip people, for some reason, when they're in those urban neighborhoods and you rent, you do not have collective bargaining to dictate who can be in your community. Your vote really doesn't count. It just shows a number, but it's really not. But this is what I'm saying. There are communities that you mentioned, right, in those upper states. Most of those people out there own their properties. Most in any state where you own property,
we don't. First and foremost, we're talking about voting here, and we no longer
voting. You got to have collective bargaining.
Yes, you don't need home ownership to vote. Right. So I don't know why this is relevant.
But the home ownership can dictate who can be in those positions.
Coach, hold on.
Okay. Right? A bum off the streets can vote.
So
it's just a number that they count.
A lot of people first need to understand the way the federal government and the state government operates. A lot of us get bogged down with federal government policies, but we forget that regardless of who passes it, they literally pass the policies and disperse the funding to every individual state. And then your state governor and your state legislator, they're the ones who dictate how that gets spent within the state. Right? The state governor or the state legislator is the one who determines whether or not police traffic cameras get put up on your street or not. Right? That's not the federal government's responsibility. Right? And so we got to understand, a lot of times we don't understand the difference that the state and the federal government, the roles and how they're different. You get what I mean? So we got to start there. And then on top of that, we have to teach people that, again, this is regardless of party. Midterms is low voter turnout for every demographic.
Right.
Motherfuckers just don't take it seriously.
But Tarus, can we just throw this out there also? That one of the reasons why blacks are disenfranchised at the local level is because they're being told that they're victims all the fucking time and their vote don't count. Because they don't own something.
Got the voting right.
Here's my thing. If you want to change the way your neighborhood is, it would be great to say, hey, listen, I don't give a shit if we own stuff. We got to take some council seats, and we're going to put somebody in the council seat that we want in there. And the problem we have as black people is the motherfucker has to be black. And that's the problem. And
that's because we look out for people look out for us.
Let me finish. The people with the black skin don't necessarily have the best fucking policies, okay?
They don't.
And so we need to have people who are not on the plantation who says, okay, you know what's best for this neighborhood? That we can't have fucking cashless bail. We just had a place closed down in Chicago. The Walgreens closed down in Chicago. They had this black asshole out there, and I'm calling him an asshole raccoon, talking about, corporate malfeasance instead of the community getting together and working with the corporation and telling the cops, we need to do some extra policing so they stop stealing this fucking place blind, because if this place can't turn a profit, they're going to leave. But no, they didn't focus on that.
Let me say this.
Now that they're closing the place down, what was me? They hate us because we're black. And we need to stop that. We need to have the action out there saying, you want a store in your neighborhood, you, the neighborhood, have to protect that asset. And you know what I'm saying? You got to focus on protecting that asset, because if they leave when they have the rights to leave, if they can't turn a profit because they're robbing the place blind, then the leadership in that community has failed you.
But what about a corporation like that comes in there and sucks the community dry and doesn't get nothing back to the community? And just hold on. Let me finish. I let you go.
What sucking? What community?
There's a lot of people come. There's a lot of. Like I said, I live in Chicago. I grew up there. I'm 53 years old.
How did Walgreens suck the community?
Okay, and you have a lot of people that comes in our community that own liquor stores, own other stuff that doesn't put back the community.
And then how do Walgreens suck the?
That's not a major corporation, though. That's
okay. Walgreens. What the Walgreens do?
Hold on, but that's what Arpain was saying. Walgreens.
Libertarian, I appreciate that. Walgreens Federalists gave up the Bill of Rights. I got another one up there too, Arpain. Hold on, y'all, just a second. The lunatic libertarian says $4.99. Thank you again. He said, read or listened to the Federalist and the Anti-Federalist papers, this situation was predicted by the Anti-Federalist. Thank you for that. I think, but I want to say this real quick. Anybody on this panel, I want to have an honest conversation with you, and I'm gonna let y'all cook. When was the last time, John, you ordered something off of Amazon?
What, 2 days ago? Yesterday?
Tyrus?
Yesterday.
R-Pain?
Amazon is my new woman.
Coach Ferg?
About 2 months ago.
Okay, so let me say this. Because I know y'all probably ain't in this. I watch everything. I try to stay informed.
Right. Give that money.
One of the biggest supporters of Donald Trump owns Amazon.
Okay.
He gave millions to the campaign for Amazon, for Jeff Bezos. Trump is homeboy, right? The other night, black people who were bitching and complaining about Trump ain't shit, Trump, right? Went to the Met Gala and paid $100,000 per ticket to be in that motherfucker. Do you know who the head of the board is for the Met Gala?
Beyonce, one of them.
Beyonce, but guess who's sitting beside Beyonce at the table?
Jeff Bezos
and his wife.
Okay.
So Jay-Z, Beyonce, all about this fuck Trump shit. Everybody's saying fuck Trump, but the niggas, even this is, I love this the most. R-Pain. I smiled real hard when I saw this. Bad Bunny was at the Met Gala, chilling and hanging out with people who financially supported the man that he tried to front on Super Bowl Sunday. Now, I'm trying to figure out. So I told the motherfuckers at work today, if you're voting, if you are, I don't want to hear another motherfucking word about Trump, and you motherfuckers ordered some off Amazon yesterday.
Okay.
I don't want to hear nothing else.
Can I use this up real quick?
What? Because hold on, because my grandmama said association is guilt. And if you believe that Donald Trump ain't shit, then the man who put money in his pocket, you should also believe he ain't shit. So when you ordering some off Amazon, you're supporting a man who supports Donald Trump. So all y'all should boycott, like the niggas boycotted Target. All you niggas who don't like Trump should boycott Amazon and say, we're not buying nothing else off Amazon until Jeff Bezos drop his support for Donald Trump.
You know what? At that level, they all on the same team.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say this.
On the same team.
That's my point.
You want us to get mad at somebody that don't own the Met Gallery. He don't own the Met Gallery. Okay, he don't own it. You do know that, right? He just put it in there.
Every time you hit buy, send to my house on Amazon, you are financially supporting a man who is financially supporting a man you hate.
You want us to get mad because they all went to a charity event. It's a charity event. Remember this. All that money goes to arts and theater and help out the schools and art programs all across New York in America. It's a charity event.
It's $100,000 a seat.
It's a charity event. That's where the money goes. That's why it's called charity.
Okay, so John, you're focusing on the bathroom door. You're not looking at the turd in the toilet. John, what I'm saying to you is this, and I'm gonna let you cook R-Pain. I'm saying this to you, John. If somebody on here said that they were R. Kelly is trash, but I tell you every month I send $500 to R. Kelly's books, would you consider me supporting someone who has pedo children?
Well, people get money down Trump. He pedo children. So what's the difference?
Because earlier in the show we talked about R. Kelly, and we talked about, and people in the chat were saying it'll be a disgrace if R. Kelly got out of jail and did a concert and people will go and support that. I can't believe it. So how are we going to say that? But at the same time, I got video. I'm going to show y'all this video of Jeff Bezos and Donald Trump. Even at Donald Trump's inauguration, they sitting there chilling, smiling, shaking hands and hugging each other.
What does the Met Gala got to do with it?
The problem is with this shit, though, man.
But go ahead, R-Pain.
I hate when people beat the fuck out of these mega billionaires, right? He probably employs 200,000 people.
Yeah, Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, all I'm just trying to say is at that level, they all are on the same team. They go to the same clubs. You know, that's why
they all got the same real estate agent, right, Payne?
You know that the biggest billionaire donors are Democrats, right?
Yep.
They were the biggest billionaire donors are all liberal Democrats. They're not
all of them, Payne.
I said the biggest ones.
Yeah,
90% of them.
Okay,
Let's say
90% of them.
It's not.
We all know. We all know Amazon.
But our Payne, that's not the point.
We all know Amazon. Jeff Bezos. We know he's paid all the payoff.
You gotta let people finish saying what they're saying. You'll get your turn. I try not to cut anybody else off. You know, I'm just saying these arguments are not good ones. They're just not. You know,
our Payne, but you're missing the point. The point that I'm making is I'm all for it. I'm not against it. I'm saying for the people who sit up and trash Trump every day. You cannot sit up and trash this man every day and then go buy shit from his homeboy.
Yeah,
Go
but
buy
$200,000 because one's an elected official and the other's a platform.
Now you recognize the difference.
See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about?
Well, BMU, because I'm I try to listen to your some of these arguments in good faith, and a better comparison would have been, hey, if R. Kelly, if you found out that your favorite, Virgin Records or whatever, and R. Kelly did what he did, and Virgin Records didn't drop him from the label after he went to prison, and you was still using it, would that be a problem? Yes, absolutely, because you're still financing that. The Met Gala has been around since 1948.
I'm not talking about the Met Gala. I'm saying,
but that's what you're linking to. No. That's what you tried to link everything to, is the Met Gala. The Met Gala as a platform has been around since 1948. It will be around before Jeff Bezos. It will be around after Jeff Bezos. Right. So then to try to punish the Met Gala based on what they're associated with at the time, that's not.
So let me ask you a question. Do you know that some black people boycotted the Met Gala because of Jeff Bezos?
No, they did not.
Hey, bro, if they did, that's their right. If they did, that is their absolute right.
Majority of the people boycotted because they were boycotted to the fact that billionaires are going to this show when people out here are starving and dying and gas. That's what a lot of people protesting was.
Agreed. That was the BMU. That was the biggest protest going on at the Met Gala. Was everybody protesting all of them?
Yeah,
and it was about the Gilded Age and how out of touch these billionaires are compared to the rest of the country.
You know who Jennifer Lewis is?
Yeah.
Jennifer Lewis, go look it up. Jennifer Lewis did a video yesterday on the Met Gala, and she gave you a list of all the black people that didn't support it and boycotted it, and she congratulated them and said, we don't fuck with Jeff Bezos because that's the homeboy of the fucking dumbass president that we have. And she said, we don't fuck with him. She said, secondly, how much fame do you need? She said, because half of y'all made videos talking about Trump and how stupid he was. How much fame do you need to go chill with his homeboy who is the head of the board of the Met Gala?
Was it Tali T. Henson? Was one of the black girls?
Yep, Taraji, Jennifer Lewis.
Oh, she said, I seen her interview. She said that she didn't want to go. It wasn't because of Trump. It was the fact that she synchronized with the people. And I can put an article up.
Not Taraji. I don't fuck with Taraji. I'm talking about Jennifer Lewis. I don't fuck with Taraji.
I know, but you said about black people. That's it.
Yeah, you know what? Just because these people got names don't mean they're not assholes, okay? I mean, Jennifer Lewis don't want to, because he's associated with Trump. I got this and that. The more black people who close off a whole segment of their opportunity to see what's going on, the more sad it really is. Do you know what I'm saying? And as black men, not y'all, I'm talking about me. If black men really want to make a sea change in this country, we're the ones that are supposed to lead the whatever left of our community off the Democratic plantation. And not that we all have to become Republicans. I'm not saying that. We need to make our votes part of the franchise again, based on who's offering us the best American policies that raise the ships in the sea.
Okay, right? Where should we go?
And we already have receipts that this fucking Democrat black shit has not done anything to move our fucking needle for over 60 years. And here's my thing. And when people give me shit, right? I lived in Spanish Harlem. I lived across the street from a park I couldn't go into. I've seen all kinds of shit, and I go back to some neighborhoods, and this shit is probably worse because at least back then we had neighbors who could tell you to get the fuck off the street. Now you don't. We got our marriages are gone. Our deletion eugenics program is at an all-time high. We've been 13-14% of the population for
years,
80 years.
Yes. And with
it's
the
not like we
abortion,
don't stroke each other. So I'm just trying to say that the Democrats have put us in a pickle. 92% of our black women are lost.
Yep.
They hate us.
Okay, well, what part should we go to?
Politically lost.
None.
Politically lost.
Why are the Republicans done for? Why are the conservatives done for black people?
But we just had 21%, 22% of black men this last election move off the plantation. And I did the numbers. If all of us would have voted Democrat, Trump would have still won. What
about the people that didn't vote?
But it still wouldn't matter.
They're not going to vote.
It don't matter.
Listen,
y'all didn't put the number in Trump would have lost.
No, he added up all the numbers.
They're not going to vote, John. Get over it. They're not voting no more. They tired of y'all old ass niggas. And I ain't saying y'all. I'm saying these young people tired of old niggas. Coach Ferg, tell them they tired. These young kids don't want to hear.
What you talking about, first of all, is a no check, no vote thing, which I know about the movement. I'm very good at that because I do keep up on political things. It's called no check, no vote movement.
Exactly.
And what he is talking about is ludicrous anyway. Okay, and it's been proven over and over. He just talking out of it, that pastor. Second of all, when you talk about the Republican Party, what have the Republican Party, and we ain't gonna go back to always after to the civil rights bill. We're not gonna go back to 1960s to pick on something that 40 years that the Republican Party has done for the.
Let's go back to 2024.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to 2024. What?
They closed the border.
I keep on black people, man.
No, stop. You asked, and I'm telling you.
Exactly. Hold up, bro, guys. Lunatic Libertarian.
Read it for me. Read it.
He got $5. Thanks, Lunatic. You will need to restructure the current process to get on the ballot. The D's and R's structured the system to remove competition. Lunatic, I absolutely agree. This is why ranked choice voting is highly important, because then you could transcend all that crap. Then it is based on who's actually the best and who got the majority of support on either side.
And let me say this too. I was listening to Ricky Smiley. The old heads, let me tell you this, R-Pain, everybody. The old heads, they're not trying to understand these young kids no more. They not. And I heard they brought it up on Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and they said the kids are not want to vote no more. They don't want to vote. They said they're not getting anything out of it. And guess what they did? They immediately criticized them kids. Well, they don't know how many people died for them. And they went into criticizing them immediately. They're not trying to understand these kids. These kids are so smart now. They know for the last 75 years, they've been voting Democrat. Black people been voting Democrat. They ain't got shit to show for. We still at the bottom of every goddamn thing.
Yeah, I think what it connect.
The other thing too, there was 6 times since 1960 where the Democrats had the presidency, the House, and the Senate, and a more favorable Supreme Court, and they did nothing.
Nothing.
That's
okay. Well, the Republicans
they did nothing.
They didn't.
They did nothing.
They didn't put reparations out there.
That's
they didn't.
Damn near impossible.
The Jews and the Indians got their shit.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Come on, listen. We know we ain't getting that. We know we ain't getting no reparations.
But the Asians got their thing.
Hey, let's keep it real.
There's just more government programs. Period. Right. Our families are more fractured than ever before.
Yeah,
I do agree with.
It's undeniable.
I do agree that we need to start all kind of programs.
We have cashless bail where guys are getting put out on the street in your neighborhood, and sanctuary cities are an exact attack on black communities because.
But hold on, they got no cashless bail in Republican cities too.
In black communities.
Well, that's a money maker.
That's where they put them.
They ain't gonna stop that for nobody.
That
okay, I just want to get that whole point out since you put it
there. Shit on black people. Look at Mayor Brandon Johnson. They put his ass back in office, and he put all these fucking illegals out in Chicago, broke
But the
city,
crime is
right?
down.
He
Black
took
got
away- he took
employment
away-
right there.
But that's good
he
for the.
repurposed a lot of buildings that blacks were begging. He even has a hyenas talking about turn red, right?
Hold on. He put more money in black communities than been going back community in the last 25 years. Since Washington. Remember Washington, right?
So John, what happened to that 200 million that they can't find in Chicago? Go find that. Tell them find that. Now this is the thing.
What about that 300 million that they missing from Trump still? We ain't going to go talk about that.
Okay, but I'll say this.
Hold on, we talked about that, but Johnson. What about the mayor on Baltimore?
John Lewis,
what about the governor of Baltimore?
This is what we're going to do, John. All right, John. Let's bring some order to this, John. Coach Berg asked you a question. What happened to the 200 million? You answer him first, and then he'll answer your question. Go ahead. What happened to it? Tell us.
What, $200 million from in Chicago?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Nobody knows. Republicans or Democrats?
Nobody knows who happened to it. Nobody can prove anything.
Who's running Chicago? The Democrats or the Republicans?
Who runs Chicago? Democrats run Chicago.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. What that $200 million? Call your Democrats.
Hold on. What about that welfare scam in Mississippi that they took all the money from the black people? That was a Republican governor. That was with Brett Favre.
But hold on.
No. See, I'm gonna hold you to task, sir. Answer the question. In Chicago,
I do have a question.
Where's the $200 million?
I told you I don't know. Public politicians steal money all the time on both sides of the aisle. I could admit that. That's the whole point. We already know politicians took. I go to the governor of Illinois. I go to the governor of Illinois that Tobacco when he got sentenced for stealing all that money. Y'all remember that?
Shout out to Lunatic again with the $5. Support Larry Sharp for New York governor against Hochul and Blakeman. He's black, Marine, been on Joe Rogan. All policies on his website. Have him on. Thanks for the support, Lunatic.
Bro.
But there are many Republicans that stole money. Look, stealing money, politicians go hand in hand. We already know that's on the Republican and Democrat side, so we're not going to argue about $200 million when it ain't nothing.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna speak on this because again, this is where we are, right? Young, old, light skin, dark skin, tall, short. This is where we are as a community, right? We've seen how the policies of old has disenfranchised us over the last 50 years. All of my damn life, we have sort of I guess, pushed to demonstrate the worst of mankind, damn near. We delete a lot of ourselves. There was never a time before the crack era where brothers started taking each other out on the street, their grandmama out, their auntie. There was never a time where brothers was going to prison at the alarming rate that they did in that time. Those brothers had brothers, sisters, mothers, cousins. Since that time, we've had more gay black men, more gay black women, fatherless homes at the highest rates of any of our prime history outside of what they did to us when we were slaves in bondage. We don't know that number, but we sure know the number of killings of our babies through us, not other. And this is me, and I'll shut up, because now that we know that the parties have played us as guinea pigs, and again, when it comes down to teaching of the young black man, those resources will be pushed away, and I hope the brothers don't sit around waiting on them to give it to it. If you got to stand up and show up, go stand up and show up. If you vote or don't vote, still go stand up or shut up. Now, everybody else that think they're going to wave a right flag and march with America's not looking at you anymore. If you thought you go get your handouts and you ain't put into the workforce over the last 25 years, I don't care if you got sons, daughters, whatever. They may live with y'all forever. They'll probably never be able to generate their own home or opportunities. So if you want to do that, now is the time. Do not play these political games. And you must, and let me say this. Right now, whatever, if you concerned about your future as a young black man, young black woman, y'all going to have to find a way to unify. Because the more y'all stay divided, the less y'all will achieve. You're gonna need somebody on your team. If you think you can do it by yourself, it's gonna be tough.
Tyrone, go look up breaking news real quick before we get out of here.
Figure it out, man.
I want to comment. I'm gonna look it up real quick. BMU. I wanted to comment on this and hear you guys' thoughts. Coach, you had said something that reminded me about this, because you're absolutely right. There does seem to be an emergence amongst the population trying to seek out some other sort of party. And to answer, Robert, your question about why there's only two parties, it's because both apparatuses are so large that the smaller parties just get absorbed into. So, for example, right, you got the Green Party, or the Bernie Sanders Party, which is like the Socialist Party. They always just end up getting absorbed into the Democratic Party. You get like the Tea Party or MAGA. What ends up happening, they just get absorbed into the Republican Party, because it's more or less just a power grab. So one of the ways to have multiple parties is, one, we got to have a repeal of the Citizens United ruling. We have to make it so that we have to have a complete limit on how much individuals can donate. And then we must have ranked choice voting. That way everybody can. I think sometimes, guys, I don't know if you can agree with this. Sometimes it's not even about getting on the ballot. We could get these guys on the ballot. It's about getting them on the debate stage, getting them seen. And sometimes I really feel like there should be, with that ranked choice, you should automatically have your top 5 candidates, regardless of their party, on the stage to be seen and to be able to debate. What do you guys think about that?
I agree, but then, Tarus, you're in the leadership to get these young folk and people your age to get out there and show up.
No, can you explain a little bit more about ranked choice voting? Can you explain?
Yeah, hold on, real. What you want me to look up, BMU?
The breaking news that just came out of the White House. The lunatic libertarian 499, he said the destruction of the family and extended family was systematic and absolutely deliberate. Skills, wisdom, and producing our own outcomes. 10 toes down. Thank you so much, lunatic libertarian. I appreciate you.
Done by the Reagan administration. They started doing that back in the Reagan administration after Carter got out.
Try to go to CNN or New York Post or.
But I do agree with you.
It's everywhere.
I think black people, we do need our own kind of more stronger party. But when you look at the situations, there's nothing the Conservative Party really have done. If you even look at a representative of a black people in the Conservative Party in office, you don't have many, I think 2 senators or 1 senator. And I think that Tim Scott, and then the other one is the other black guy from Texas, I believe. The other bald-headed black, or is he a representative? I can't remember. He liked to wear those cowboy boots all the time. You probably know what I'm talking about. But he was in our barbershop meeting with him. But anyway, and then you got you don't like what I mean is like the Republican Party ain't really done nothing for the black community. They're always trying to eliminate our votes. If you notice, they're always trying to cut out our votes and things. What I do agree with is that the Democrat Party have not really done nothing for a black community that strong. Keep it like they keep putting the carrot in front of the like, you know, the carrot right there in front of the horse, and that the horse keep coming for the carrot. But at least they got a carrot out there in front of people, because nobody else got a carrot out there for a lot of people to make that mass movement. I think if like a Libertarian Party, or let's say like the Green Party, or one of those big parties like that, and they got like a black candidate or somebody that the black people would actually stand behind and follow. So yeah, now this is what we could do. Then that will cause a lot of big political shift into a lot of these things, and make a mark that a lot of people will understand. But I just think that right now, I'd rather to keep the devil I know than try to mess with another devil I don't know. Or the devil I already know that has been trying to destroy me for the last 40 years. Because I look at it like this. There might be some Democrats that might be racist in there, but you don't really know them. But we do know that there is a lot of conservatives that follow under the racist movement. They're part of the Conservative Party, like the Proud Boys and people like that, KKK, all those different groups out there. They follow one party, that is the Republican Party. And I look at it like this myself. why am I going to follow a party and give a party of power that got people in there that want to physically destroy me?
Did you know that the KKK main?
I know. We already know. We already know that. But we talking about right now. Right now.
You're just
Right
talking.
now. No, we're talking about people out there right now.
It's the same thing. That's who they. The KKK hasn't been a primary player in years, just like the NAACP, another useless organization. Okay,
but there's admitted forms of the KKK.
You don't know how the KKK people are voting.
I live in Iowa, man. I see them.
Yeah, but you don't know how they're voting.
Yes, they do. They follow the dude. I live in Iowa. I walk out to any Republican convention, walk out the door, and I see them with their Confederate flags and they
KKK. Who created the NAACP, Arpain?
Huh? A white dude.
Who created it?
A white dude.
I guess it was a white dude, and the Jews run it now.
The Jews run it. Come on, talk to me.
But that's why nobody. That's what people now.
Go ahead.
You can't discount
Lunatic $5. Shout out
if you want to. You know,
shout out to Lunatic $5.
When people try to change history because they want to say now the past didn't matter.
Okay. Just because the Democrats started the KKK back in 18,000 years ago, the people right now are the people right now that are following me.
Racists in the Democratic Party is just absolute lunacy.
Okay, when I see
guys, hold on. $5 shot out.
Whoa! So now you go too far.
Ross Perot was the last third party on the debate stage. They knew to never allow another. Haven't seen one since.
He almost took it.
Absolutely agreed. Lunatic again. Shout out to you
for the $5, bro.
And real quick, Arpain, before you guys continue, I wanted to let you know what the ranked choice voting was like directly.
Yeah.
In instant runoff voting, if a candidate wins a majority of first preference votes, they are the winner. If no candidate wins a majority of first preference votes, the candidate with the fewest first preference votes is eliminated. So first, before I continue, guys, that's basically saying, let's say you got 4 people on the ballot, nobody wins an outright majority, the lowest person on the totem pole gets out and they run the numbers back.
I got you.
Right. So the ballots that rank the failed candidate as their first or highest choice, depending on the round, are then reevaluated and counted as a first preference ballot for the next highest ranked candidate in that round. And so it just goes until one of the candidates win an outright majority.
Gotcha.
And so, I think in some states they have it where between each round you got to go back and debate. You know what I mean?
Don't Georgia got something like that? We had to do that runoff because the third candidate didn't have enough, and the other two had a runoff because there was no clear winner, and they had to do a runoff or something like that. With that, they did that.
Certain
what else you got?
Go ahead.
What else is happening, man?
They just released news on every news broadcast in the world that they have proof, pictures, and videos that have leaked, and they say that the aliens are real.
Oh, I saw that.
It's breaking news right now.
They put it out there. That was funny.
The Associated Press, the fucking the Washington Chronicle, the White House, CNN, MSNBC is every fucking where right now. They said a 4 foot tall. They got pictures of the motherfuckers.
Yeah, they got their spaceship.
Pull up some of those, bro, because so far the only picture I see, the only picture I saw was like this black and white one, and it was like a body bag, and I was like, that could be anything.
Hold on, I'm pull it up right now. It said the Pentagon releases initial batch of declassified files detailing UFOs. That's on CNN. AP News says bright lights and hot orbs, UFO files shed light. On Truths, Fox News says Trump admin administration releases highly anticipated files documenting UFOs. Extra ET Life, BBC declassified footage shows this. New York Times, 5 notable moments from From the alien existence, the Pentagon releases, MSNBC says the Pentagon releases UFO files, watch the videos, never before seen alien footage.
Yeah, okay, you got a
I got
picture.
the video. I want to see it. I got the video right here.
Oh, you looking at the video right now? I was going to pull it up.
I'm watching on CBS. It's Fox.
You know,
It's just crazy.
this is a nice preamble to the X-Files, man. You know, bring that shit. That's what we talking
about. BMU, in reference to what you just read,
run for the X-Files.
Man, listen, this is what Trump said, right? So I get the military emails, right? So it said Trump administration releases first transit of never before seen UFO files, right? So this is what he's saying, right? With these new documents and videos, the people can decide for themselves and this is emphasized, what the hell is going on? Trump wrote, and have fun and enjoy. That's coming from the president.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, man. What do y'all believe, Israeli?
Listen, man.
Anything to keep the straits of Hormuz off the TV.
Yeah, but he just telling people the fairy tale is over. That's all he telling y'all. The fantasy land is over. This is real life, Americans.
Bro, can I ask y'all a question though? Real shit. If we gonna lighten the mood, can I ask y'all a question like on some real shit though?
Yeah.
Like what happens if we do end up with some like Independence Day type shit, like mothership type shit?
Oh, we're screwed. In real life, bro. We're screwed.
We're screwed.
Just think about BMU. Everything you know, or the limited knowledge us at our level know about space. A big ass ship like that being able to traverse interstellar space,
right?
Cover the sun.
We ain't got shit for that.
We ain't got nothing
over
for
it.
All we have for it is bacteria and germs.
Yeah, you know what Steve Hawkins said? Steve Hawkins said, "I will not probably be alive when they come." He said, "But when they do come, they will be the boot, and we will be the ant."
Yeah, I believe it.
Everybody should go see the 3-body problem on Netflix.
Well, listen, I'm gonna say this.
What is it?
3-body problem on the
3-body problems.
Yeah, 3-body problem. It's
hold on, let me look that up right now.
What's up, Coach?
I don't. No, I don't believe in any of that alien shit, right? Because then when you think about it, because they say our technology is 10,000 years advanced before ours. So why do they need to come down here and walk and be amongst us when they can just blow us up from the clouds? But anyway, I got a friend that's in NASA. He said they never found nothing as far as space as they've been able to go. He said it's nothing confirmed, nothing serious. So I'm like, cool, let people believe it. And that was years ago. So he's like, they ain't never really found them. But people, listen, go watch some Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Go watch all that shit. It's great for entertainment. But
hey, now I'm gonna tell you something, Coach Ferg, though. Now, if we're thinking logically here as men here, I want to say this, and Tyrese probably could co-sign on this. Dude, we have to be seriously ignorant as a human race to believe that we just this big old blue ball in the middle of the sky. And ain't nothing else out there fucking around. We got to be dumb than a motherfucker to believe that.
All those planets and stars are just for decorations like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, they're just decorations. Like
and I want to be clear to everybody here, y'all know that I'm agnostic. I'm not religious. That doesn't interfere with your religious beliefs.
Right.
There's civilizations out there because God created them too, right?
Yeah, right. Hold on. But even in the Bible, listen, I told this to my mama. My mama laughed at me and hung up in my face. I say, Mama, they spoke about the aliens in the Bible. She said, boy, you better stay. Click. And I had to call her back, Mama, it's in there.
Ezekiel 1:13.
Why you torturing your mama, man? Why you torturing
I'm
your
read it
mama?
to you. Ezekiel 1:13. It's in there. It describes the alien. It describes the aircraft they was on. It describes what it looked like, the fire coming out. It's in the Bible. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, 4 different heads.
Ezekiel 1:13. Hold on. Watch this. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
I'm gonna read it to you.
Well, I know we ain't gonna see it. We ain't gonna see none of that Independence Day activity. We'll be
gone. 13. Okay, here we go. It says it came to I'm gonna get to the part where it says okay, here it come. It says, and look, I behold a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud and a fire enfolding inside. A brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was the appearance, they had likeness of a man. And everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like soles of calves' foot. And they sparkled like color of burnished brass. And they had hands of a man under their wings, and their 4 sides, and they had 4 of their faces on their wings. Their wings were joined to one another. They turned out when they went, I don't want to lose it. As for the likeness of their faces, they had, let me turn it. Okay, the likeness of their faces, 4 had the face of a man and the face of a lion and the right side, and the 4 other had ox. Okay, he's going all the way down. I'm just gonna go down to the part where he talked about
Ezekiel was taking mushrooms.
Yeah, it says as the living creatures ran and returned as appearance of a flashing light. Now as behold the creatures behold the wheel upon the earth by living creatures. This man basically said, I saw some flying through the sky with fire coming out of it. Motherfucker came out of it. Somebody came out of it, and he motherfucker he describing what the motherfucker looked like.
Maybe this has somebody who hallucinative drugs. That's why they don't let white folks do that shit, man. They hallucinate.
Smokey was holding the guy in the chicken coop.
A lot of people say there's no firmament. Tyrus probably believes there's no firmament, right? And he's not a religious guy. But even in the Bible mentions the firmament several times. Genesis, Ezekiel, it's Revelation is there. So I'm just saying.
I believe there's other people out there. I just, we'd be a fool to believe that if, let's take God out the situation and just say, like, people that don't believe in God, that believe that we just naturally came here through evolution and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. You think it can happen on other planets? Some kind of life form? I ain't say they look like us.
Bro, I'm going to say something that's not sexy. Okay. I believe that what's above is also as above, also below.
Okay.
And I believe that you see a lot of people say they're exploring space, but you see a lot of motherfuckers cashed out on the ocean. Now, now watch this. I believe that they're one and the same. Now let's talk. This me and my son had this conversation. My son said, "Daddy, this is my son told me, Coach Ferg, my baby son, my baby boy." He said, "Daddy, let me ask you a question. The sun in the sky, right?" I said, "Yep." I said, "Yep, that's right." He said, "People get skin cancer from the sun, right?" I said, "Yep." He said, "It get real hot. People get burns on their skin, right?" I said, "Yep." He said, "And the sun is 63 million miles away, right?" I said, "Yep." He said, "So when the astronauts are in space, if the sun hot enough to give us cancer, why it ain't hot enough to keep them warm in space?" I said, "Son, I don't have no answer for you." How is he say? Does the sun have a direct line to Earth where it don't heat nothing else up but the Earth? I said, "Son, I got no answer for you."
I think that has to do with more with the vacuum of space, no atmosphere. Like,
but that's what I'm saying though. If it's 63 million miles away, is the sun just choosing Earth to heat up?
It's 93 million miles away.
Oh, 93 million miles away, you get
other planets receive the sun's heat too. Other planets receive the sun.
There's no particles in space for it to heat up.
Yeah.
So let's go as above, so below. In space, you need a suit because it's cold extremely. You float, there's no gravity, right? You need oxygen, right? It's very dark. You can't see shit, right? Now let's go to the ocean. You go to the ocean and you go to the bottom, there's no gravity. It's very dark. You need oxygen, right? The difference is, I think God just decided, I don't want you niggas under here. It's a lot going on under here. Because when you get too far, the pressure will kill you.
So here's where the theories, at least for me, they actually converge, because you see a lot of marine life that looks nothing like land animals.
Alien.
And then you have, real complex, like the squids, the octopus, right? Things like that. Now, you have to take into account the fact that a lot of the comets that come from our heliosphere, which is the outer ring of our solar system.
Come on, talk to me.
Guys, those things contain, in practice, you could scoop up the ice, melt it, it's liquid water. So now think about all the comets that be crashing up into the different planets and everything. And now we also, on top of that, know microscopic organisms can survive in extreme environments. And
Yeah, look at Vegas.
There's a way. You know what I mean?
Look, man, the octopus, I'm gonna tell you right this here. The octopus is alien. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Listen, I watched this shit with my son, Coach Ferg. They say the octopus has, hold on.
Yeah,
I'm looking it up right now. They said the octopus, I think, has 3 hearts, 8 legs. It can rejuvenate itself. You cut off its fucking leg, it grow motherfucking right back. Listen, this is stuff that humans or no animal on the planet can do.
It can morph into other objects that look like it too.
Look like it, yeah. And then they say an octopus that this fucking big can reduce himself so small that he can get through a 6-inch hole. That's alien. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Salute
I don't care what nobody say. When you got a head this fucking big and you can shrink yourself down to penny size to go through a fucking hole.
You know, I look like the big old jellyfish. You look at one of them jellyfish with all the tin. Like, dude, are you invisible? Are you there? Like your guts just floating in the air,
bro.
And then
you guys got to remember,
me and my son was watching this shit. It's got 3 hearts, and they say the hearts look just like human hearts.
Yeah. So you got to remember the squid, all the crustaceans and stuff like that. They come from again old 100 million year old forms that again they didn't really have to evolve because they was already kind of in the perfect form. And we have to, it's crazy, and we got to realize where they evolved from. Combine this with the news, guys. Remember, or if you haven't heard, scientists had took this 42,000-year-old ice, this permafrost from Siberia. The worms reanimated and then started replicating.
I saw that.
So now imagine frozen bodies of ice on these comets. What sort of microorganism cells can survive out there in extreme environments?
Bro,
and all it takes.
Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm getting chills right now, Tyrese. Bro, me and my son watch this shit, bro. Bro, they put cameras under the ocean, bro. There are fish under that motherfucker down at the bottom that turn themselves like LED lights, red, green, purple, flashing like fucking LED lights. What the fuck?
And they blind. They're hard no sight.
You can see straight through them. You can see their bodies operating through their bodies. They're fucking translucent.
Yep.
You talk about DNA being the ice coming from the comets, right? Just imagine what all that DNA is trapped in the ice when it melts over in the Antarctic. You know what's trapped up in there.
Don't get me started over there. Don't go get me started with Antarctica because the world can't come together for shit, but they all came together to keep motherfuckers out of Antarctica.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They have a treaty. They have a world treaty. The motherfuckers cannot go to Antarctica. All of them agreed. Everybody agreed. And can't nobody go to that motherfucker. We gonna go to war, kill each other. But every country agreed. Nobody can go to Antarctica.
Yep. And if we do go to Antarctica, everybody got to use the same facilities.
Come on.
Nobody get their own special shit. Everybody got to use the same.
And there are certain places you can't go. No fly zones.
So with what y'all said, with all your sea animals and all your outer space monsters that some of y'all might have nightmares out there. The one person that gives them dominion over all of that is me and y'all, the man. We got dominion over all that. So they can bring the aliens. Some of y'all can't even swim. Don't teach your kids how to swim. Y'all ain't going to the bottom. Just look at the TV, Netflix, and chill. However, right?
What do you think? Well, I'm not a military man. John, were you in the military?
Oh, no.
Okay, so it's just Coach Ferg and Tyrese. At being military men, how do you guys feel about the world having a world treaty in a place where people can't go?
Well, I mean, that sounds like a protected area. That sounds like, you know, we got those all over the place already for like tribes in the Amazon and tribes that don't want to be
I dare you niggas to go in the Amazon talking shit to them purple niggas. Them purple
They
niggas.
got a tribe.
Niggas is not playing with you, nigga. Them
They
purple
got a
niggas.
tribe over by as Australia, somewhere like that's a black, a little island, and you go there, they chop you up and throw you back in the water.
Yeah, so
Y'all go to Joe
there's some
Rogan.
other reasons why they might not let you go to Antarctica, right? Because of the ecosystem so delicate. The more people just fucking up doing shit out there, it could impact the world.
Leaving cigarette butts, all that shit.
I'm gonna pull
I believe they found the city of Atlantis.
That movie, the series Three Body Problem.
Yeah,
you love that BMU if you want to watch that.
Yeah, I already saved it to my
what
list.
let me just give you a short premise, right?
Okay.
This Chinese lady who's working under the communist regime, she's real, she was a physicist. She sends a message out in space, and she saw a reply come back, and she replied, right? And the reply was to this civilization who has an issue, and their civilization is dying, but they're like 50 generations away. So they're traveling to Earth, and they're so advanced. They're trying to destabilize the Earth and get them ready. So by the time they get there, they could be in charge. And of course, government found out, and they got a clandestine operation trying to thwart it. And it's no holds barred, man.
This is why Payne, like the scientists, when they're brainstorming this and they talk about it, especially like the Stephen Hawking's type,
right?
They really hope that the aliens out there are really on some Star Trek shit, like observe and do not make communication.
Yeah,
because unfortunately, if they are the kind to make contact, it's probably not for good reasons.
Right.
They're gonna dominate.
Yeah.
Why
good civilizations, think about that. They're so advanced, there's really no point of them talking to us.
You're right. Should we talk to it before we kill it?
Why would they need to talk to us when they?
Oh, you know we're gonna shoot at it if we see one, bro. If we see one in spacecraft, we're gonna shoot at it.
Man, you ain't gonna see it. They're gonna shoot you down from the
coach. They're gonna think we're friendly, and they're gonna let us see the spacecraft, and we're gonna shoot at it anyway. And we're not gonna see it again.
Okay, this is why I say no, right?
We'll be disintegrated.
Because think about it. We think we got all this technology we can see into space, right? We think we can make a movie and have the best space animations ever, right? And they watch, and the technology, again, it would be 10,000 years far advanced than us humans, right? So they can tap into all our little weak satellites and realize that they've been fighting us for the last 40 years and we've been whooping their ass. You think they just gonna be like, oh yeah, I saw the movie Close. I saw all these movies y'all did about us. Y'all no, sit down, America. What you gonna be shooting at into the sky?
No, but that's what I'm saying, coach. Like say one of them tried to be nice and was like, hey, we're gonna try to make contact.
Stupid
one of the dumbass Americans is going to shoot at this.
So they can end up like the black people did when we tried to be nice in Africa. So they can end up like the we did.
But I will say,
their ass.
Yeah, and I will say this too, guys.
Colonize them real quick.
Explain. I just need people to explain things to me because, like, my son be putting me up on game. Guys, my son be taking me through there. We be watching this shit, bro. Explain to me these carvings that's 2,000, 3,000 years old on these fucking walls of men fighting fucking sea creatures with fins and shit. Like it's carved in the wall. It's carbon dated 2,000 years old. They show motherfuckers in the carving, motherfuckers like this coming out the water, and men are fighting them as they're coming out of the water.
And they put this shit in them caves when black people were slaves in America, couldn't go to them caves. So
even in Egypt, bro. If you go to Egypt, you look at all them fucking carvings, look like helicopters and tanks. And
they got the hieroglyphic helicopters.
It's crazy. But I'll say this: if anybody's went to Mexico to the Yucatan to that fucking pyramid, let me tell you something that's gonna fuck your head up. Go to the top of that bitch. Have your wife or your girlfriend or your child stay down at the bottom, way down at the bottom. And you stand in the middle of that motherfucker and go and somebody go all the way up to the top and you can do this, Tyrus. What you doing? It sounds just like that in their fucking ear, and you're 150 feet up in the air. It's like you whispering in their ear, and they way down on the fucking ground. How is that possible?
Because human engineering has been badass for thousands of years.
Bro, they had some help, nigga. They had some help, nigga.
Yeah, probably help from their neighbors.
You don't got no TV.
Sir.
You don't got no TV, no cell phones, no plays, no books, nothing like that to distract you. All you got is a campfire and a bunch of people. Y'all gonna say, man, let's do something. I'm bored.
We cannot.
They know you're gonna be building a pyramid,
bro. We cannot recreate them fucking pyramids in Egypt. We can't do it.
Everybody's dead.
And secondly, all the motherfucking things they stacked on top of each other weigh 60 to 90 tons. I don't see no humans lifting that shit up, stacking it up in perfect fucking condition all the way up.
Probably didn't. They've been having a fully levered system has existed for thousands of years.
I don't know.
No machinery. There were no superhumans because that's why it required thousands of people over the course of decades to build
use their mind and lifted it up.
They use camels. Don't forget that they use camels.
There's so much mystery behind this shit, bro. It is 90 tons, 300 feet up in the air, 90 tons.
Why is that shit only a mystery to us? It ain't a mystery to everybody else who's writing that shit down the way they want it to be written and displayed.
I'm telling you, bro, them motherfuckers had some celestial help, nigga.
Them guys,
I'm telling you, bro.
they were designing their cities in certain like stadiums already with acoustics in mind in the Middle East and stuff like that.
Okay,
so that you can speak
let me ask you this. So after they did the 3 pyramids of Giza, right? They tried to build 2 more and they look like shit. You seen them?
Yeah, but that's because they've already discovered a lot of practice pyramids. Like when you look at the area, a lot of what the pharaohs and stuff were doing, they were making like practice pyramids before they decided to build the real one. That's why you have like so many different designs and things like that. Like that's why you have so many different chambers that lead to nothing, because they were just practice. So by the way, it was a huge thing that when the new pharaoh came in, they would try to like scrub what the old pharaoh did and put their own spin on it.
So Tyrus, right now, me and you, we got social media. Let's get all these motherfuckers on YouTube together, all these motherfuckers on Instagram and TikTok together. And I want to see if all of us can transport, because they say where these stones came from was at least 200-300 miles away from where they built the shit. So I want to see how you gonna get 90 tons, 6,000 fucking stones that weigh 90 tons a piece, 300 miles, and stack them motherfuckers up so mathematically perfect that you can't stick a damn debit card between them.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because again, BMU, this is what I need everybody to do, guys. Especially with modern technology, they are updating information with archaeology all the time. And BMU, they have found evidence, I think already, by the way, this might be a little bit older, but correct me if I'm wrong, BMU, a lot of those bricks were actually built on the spot. There was some material that they brought in, imported from elsewhere, but the bricks themselves were the masonry. And you got to remember, brick masonry was a huge skill set back in the day.
It was.
And so a lot of those things were actually, a lot of those blocks were actually made on the spot.
It was.
Boss man about to go down the goddamn rabbit hole here.
You also got to realize something now too, that even with some of the machineries we got today, that we can't even lift up none of those stones.
Exactly. But look at Boss Man. Boss Man said the Egyptians found the pyramids and they tried to replicate what they found. Now, I did see this in a documentary where the guy did say that the Sphinx, the carbon date of the Sphinx, you can look at it by the weathering of the Sphinx, that it was there probably 10,000 years before the pyramids of Giza.
It was. And y'all know got more to it,
right? Y'all know there's 2 of them, right?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
2 Sphinx.
What other one is?
Buried underground. They just use that LiDAR, I think is what they call it. It's this LiDAR technology where they use it to like pierce through the, and they think they found it because we guys got to remember the Egyptians were very like, I think it's symmetrical is how you say it. Guys, please don't kill me up in the chat. But they was really like math, like all that math and angles and stuff like that. And so there would be no reason for them to only have one Sphinx. They always have at least pairs.
Okay, so let me ask you something, Tyrus. Then so the guy that's in Egypt, because I'm infatuated with this shit. The guy that's there, they have to ask permission to go into those new chambers they found with the LiDAR, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and everybody hates
it. They won't allow it.
No, you know why though? Because everybody hates that director because he always wants to be the one to announce everything.
Yeah.
Right, he want to be on TV.
For one to be like, "Oh, I discovered it."
Right, but he ain't the one to discover it.
Yeah,
right.
And he want to make sure that everything gets carried back to Egypt and nothing gets taken out of Egypt.
Yeah,
he want to control everything.
You know what? Them some smart motherfuckers back in the day, boy. Because in order to have those fucking pyramids lined up, matching with the stars and all it and make creep shit with no technology, bro.
But BMU, I'm not saying what they did is literally a feat of strength of human engineering.
Yeah. I agree.
But do you understand how easy it is to make it based off the star systems? There's zero light pollution. You could literally see the Milky Way out there.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but here's the thing:
your eyes and imagine what the sky looks like back in those days.
But here was the thing was that they couldn't predict how they would actually the stars going to line up 1,000 years and line up to that same pattern and the same time every time. They didn't predict that. See, and also there's parts of the pyramids that lines up with certain times of the years that the holes line up with those stars. And remember, stars move every so many thousands of years. The stars that's here right now is the same stars that it presented 10,000 years ago. Now, do I believe that aliens did help them?
Well,
I mean, that's up in the air. You can't prove it, can't really disprove it.
According to
Obama. Bullshit. Now, boss man, he said Egyptians was known as actually were located in Kemet. Now, if you look at Kemet in that language means black land.
Yeah.
So and that's why what pisses me off, like Coach Ferg said earlier about being triggered. What triggers me is when they make all these fucking Egyptian movies and everybody on the motherfucker white.
Right.
Well, that's because they're trying to exclude they're trying to exclude Egypt from Africa and tell you that it's not in Africa, but it's in the Middle East.
They're just trying to keep lying too, man. Listen, man, I'm this whole alien thing, whatever, man. Listen, man, I'm gonna leave it alone when I say this right. And y'all know we outside fucking 24/7. Black folk is outside in the skies looking up and everything. We ain't seen no damn.
No, they're not, nigga. This what
Black
they doing
folk be
outside,
right now.
man. This what they doing.
But still, they outside. Everybody ain't got a house. Everybody ain't got a phone, right? Even if they do, they laying on their back looking at the sky. What I'm saying is, why those reports don't come from us? Why can't say, hey man, I seen a UFO? I ain't seen one report of black men.
Why you don't see no Africans ever talking about it?
There do be us out there talking about it.
Man,
and by the way, one of the biggest stories was about one of the UFOs actually touching down in the village in Africa, like, and the kids voluntarily going. Yeah.
And ain't nobody. How long ago was that though? How long ago? That couldn't have been in no 2000s.
I don't know.
Ain't nobody have a phone. All them Africans TikToking and ain't none of them have a cell phone to take a picture.
Wow. No, I agree. Hey, I agree with that. You know what I mean? There's always grainy footage and stuff like that. I agree.
You know what, Coach Ferg? What would you do, Coach Ferg? Because I know you wouldn't say nothing. But if you was in your backyard and you was just fumbling around with some shit tonight, like you went out in the backyard and get something, and you look up and you see some shit shoot across your backyard, what would you say?
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look, and I'm gonna see if I can see it go. Yeah, I wouldn't think it was a UFO. If it has some lights on it or something, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna I'm
It depends how it shoots across your screen. That's what he's trying to say. If it still shoot there, stops, look at it, and takes off again, he might say something. If it keeps on going by, he might say it's a comment.
Yeah, if they did
Guys,
something like that, then
Right.
yeah, I would.
It's
guys,
different.
dead ass. If
Hopefully
it
I have
looks
my
like
phone, though.
some of the footage, I'm a freak out, bro. If it looked like some of the ones you see in the footage, like they're like spheres or like the diamond shape, and you're like, how the fuck is that even in the sky? Yeah, dog.
And guess what, Tyrese? That's probably some of their low key shit. That's probably some of their minute shit. That ain't got shit to do with their big shit.
So why do they need to come to our face if they goes to attack us as the movie show?
But that's the thing, Coach. In real life, they probably wouldn't. Like, if we try to put a realistic spin on this, Coach, I actually think there is some sort of unmanned drone, alien drone technology that watches us like we watch the jungle and National Geographic. Like they got cameras posted up and just observe us.
Or
right?
have you ever seen
A species like that, if they wanted to wipe us out, Coach, no, they don't have to show up personally to do it. I agree with you.
What about if somebody like you ever seen that movie Battlefield Earth with John Travolta?
Yeah.
Now, I read the book. I used to read the books like really good, right? And what about they like aliens like they just want to come here and enslave us and make us work and stuff for
Man,
their
they ain't gonna worry about enslaving us, man.
I mean, we are. Oof.
One night, hey, Tyrese, one night we were sitting here just, I think, RP, you may have been here, but one night we were just having a real ass conversation backstage, bro. And I can share this because I had to ask him first. We were talking to Mandrell. Now, we know Mandrell was a Green Beret in the military.
Yeah.
Mandrell said they were on assignment protecting somebody, but he couldn't give the name of the person they were watching over. And he said some people came in really, really late, and they had to go get them and bring them in, right, for safety or whatever. He said when he came in, when they got them to safety, Mandrell said him and his team walked in. They stood, there waiting on their next orders. He said he went over, and the man said, "It's okay. We want you to meet the team that's going to be da-da-da." Mandrell said they shook all their hands or whatever. Mandrell said he normally keep his head down when he's shaking hands. This is what Mandrell said. Now he was serious as fuck. And Mandrell said normally I shake hands, and say that they weren't saying that. Mandrell said they were speaking to him like, "Hi, how are you? How are you?" And Mandrell said, "Wait a minute, these motherfuckers' lips ain't moving." He said, "Can hear the motherfuckers in his head." I said, "Mandrell, you sure you weren't high?" Mandrell said, "Dude, I was not high drunk. These motherfuckers were speaking to me and their lips weren't moving." And I said, okay. I said, "What else happened?" Mandrell said he happened to look up and he's shaking the man's hand and looked up. And Mandrell said that motherfucker, look at Tyrese. Mandrell said that motherfucker eyes did this. Mandrell said, "Fuck this shit." Mandrell said, "It's some fucking," he said, Mandrell said, "Bro, when I was in the military, I've seen some weird ass fucking shit, bro."
That's some funny shit. But how far do you have to look up?
Saw some weird ass shit.
That man was smoking some good stuff.
I'm not laughing at Mandrell because Mandrell, when he was telling that story, bro, Mandrell, you could tell Mandrell was nervous as fuck. Like he was, like you can still see that fear on Mandrell, bro. Mandrell said he saw that motherfucker. Mandrell said, "I think that motherfucker was reptilian or something." I'm telling you what Mandrell told me, bro.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if one of the alien species we encounter directly, again, if that ever happened, if we like on some somewhat peaceful shit, if they are somewhat telepathic, because again, to be that, if we have to think about advancement, not just technology wise, but physical being wise, right?
Well,
like maybe I do aliens have baby mama, like they do have that baby mama shit going on. Because listen, let me tell you something. I'm being funny. I'm being funny.
Telepathic though. We got humans. There's some humans that are actually telepathic.
Right, and those are like genetic anomalies, right, Payne? Right. So what if a civilization, they out the gate just because of their planet, out the gate,
that's how they communicate.
So they said we all were telepathic at one time here on Earth too. we only use 10% of our brain. We used to use all our
Exactly, I
brain,
agree.
and we used to be real telepathic with each other and could levitate stuff and move stuff with our mind.
So let me ask y'all this: Have y'all ever seen a movie? Have y'all ever seen a movie called Splice?
Yes.
Where they got the fucking alien, captured the alien, and then the alien fell in love with the man and gave the man some pussy.
See what I'm saying?
Gave the man some pussy, but then the alien fell in love with the wife and turned herself into a man and fucked the wife.
That's some Captain Kirk shit.
But you see what I'm saying, man?
Shit right there, bro.
Can you imagine, bro? Let me tell you something, Tyrus. I was watching again with my son, watching National Geographic, bro. They have a fish. This is a real thing. Google it right now. I don't know the name of the fucking fish. And they have a fish. They swim in schools together. They're all males. When it's time to reproduce, one of the males turns himself into a female and let the rest of the fish fuck him. Real shit. Okay.
Player, man. You know,
Tyrus, you looking it up? You want me to look it up?
I don't want to look that up.
I'm gonna tell you the name of this fucking fish.
Man, you hate these babies, man. You hate these babies, man. Y'all go too far. Why you hate these babies go too far, man? Y'all go too far on everything.
Come on.
Y'all going too far, man. Come on.
I'm gonna pull up the
Oh, it's simple. It's simple. It's the clownfish.
Yeah, it's a clownfish out there.
The clownfish turns himself from a male to female to mate with the other males to produce more offspring.
Yeah,
that's a goddamn trans fucking fish out there.
There you go. So don't go. So don't be.
Don't go there.
First of all, so don't be going deep in the water. It ain't
Hey, John, the damn Democrats gonna be trying to get the fucking trans fish out the fucking water and put them in the zoo.
Hey, no. The argument that you about to hear, the argument you just saying there, I actually heard an argument by trans that try to justify why they trans. That they are fishes and people like that, so it's naturally by nature you could change your identity like that. Man. I had to sit there and smoke a blunt twice just to make sure I break that down in my head to debate that person like I had to dump on myself.
See what I'm saying, man?
That fish said, "Hey y'all, what's up? Y'all want some pussy?"
Well, that's why it was so funny when you said that, because I knew that clownfish, because I heard that argument before, and we came from water. You know how we supposed to come from water? Our body is united. Joe, trust me, I heard it. I hurt my head.
There's some shit going on in that ocean, Coach Bird. It's some
listen, and there's some aliens right now walking around. Some of y'all work with them and everything. Who would take that fish up on his request?
Oh
some dudes, according to Tyrus, there's some black man.
So Coach Bird, what if we did? What if there were men? What if there were situations where a man was with an alien woman, and while he having sex with her, she can feel if he's interested, not interested, if it really feels good to him or not, like she's really connected to his being.
That's gonna be the note. Listen, if that happens,
we fucked.
A natural woman, regardless of race, it's over with for them.
Our women already know us men don't need all those reasons to fuck an alien, bro.
That's right.
We don't need all those reasons. We can look at it. I can make it work.
Would be more like
they know we're monsters, dog. We will smash one easily.
And then
we're gonna get our Captain Kirk on. We're gonna get our Captain Kirk on real quick.
Dive into aliens.
That gonna be Netflix and chilling with the aliens. Come on.
She gonna give you that deep throat alien bob head.
Hey, boy, can you imagine if the alien can make her throat come all the way up, grab it, and then pull it back?
The alien be
your mind be that.
Hey, it's some snow bunnies that can do all that, but
Come on.
Yes.
What if she giving you head confirmed?
No, she ain't giving me. She giving you.
In your mind
she
without
giving you, man. No, I can't
confirmed.
do it.
He trying to throw you up in there, huh?
Imagine if she had telekinesis and she giving you head and she talking to you while she giving you head into your brain. Like her mouth not moving. And she said, you like that, Coach Bird? You like
If that happens, if that happens, every man my age and under, y'all doomed. It ain't gonna matter if you're married, single, if you want to be a woman, if you want to be a man. If y'all get hooked up on one of them old robots like that, it's over. It's over.
And see, that's exactly why the aliens would come. Somebody mentioned it earlier. They would absolutely come and enslave us because we got some down bad guys that would absolutely be like, you know what? Go ahead and punish me, mommy. Go ahead and punish me, alien mommy.
Put the chain on me, put the dog leash on me, and walk me down the street, huh?
Bro, can you imagine dating an alien woman and you come home, she's like, who was that lady at the copy machine today that was talking to you? I saw it through your eyes.
What?
They still ain't gonna cook. They gonna have you cooking and folding clothes. they still gonna be getting you a baby daddy. Come on, man. They ain't gonna cooperate.
We're sick.
Oh my God.
Christ.
This man thinking about alien. He think about alien pussy.
Bro, he
think about getting turned up by aliens.
Y'all about to know this, Tyrus. What's the robot? What apparently know you watching a lot of Netflix too. What's the movie on Netflix with the robot played by Megan Fox?
Megan.
No, that's the one with the little girl robot.
Yeah.
Megan was the one with the. But I know what you're talking about.
Have y'all seen it? You seen it?
Yeah, that was the movie where he lost
when
his
he was in
wife.
the bathroom. He said, "I can't cheat on my wife," and she put a blind over his eyes and used his wife's voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All that stuff is coming, man. It's coming.
But you remember what she told him?
Hold on, baby. She was trying to already get that.
Yeah, she talking about her hormone. She was talking about his hormone. She said, your hormone levels are very high. You're very sexually frustrated, blah, 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 blah. Then she grabbed his dick. She said, yeah, you're ready. You know? And he was like,
Japan already got that. They got a robot that will walk over to you. I was watching on one of these YouTube channels, and they got to walk over to you. She would get down, give you a blowjob, and bend over and all that. It's a robot.
Yeah, but she malfunctioned and go to the left too much, you fucked.
Can you imagine putting your mouth in that thing?
Yeah, you fuck what?
You see, man, this is why I like my robots to just be more like R2D2 or some shit. Like I'm cool with a robot like drone companion, but y'all get into this humanoid shit, man. Now I gotta start calling them clankers and shit like that. Like I ain't with the clanker takeover.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Futurama, got some Futurama stuff.
Oh my God, bro. You stupid, bro. Hey man, I'm gonna ask y'all something this for real though. Have y'all seen, are y'all Marvel fans? Any one of y'all?
Yeah.
Oh, you know I am.
Yeah.
Are y'all watching Daredevil?
Yeah,
yes.
Boy, listen, Fisk, that's I like Fisk, man.
I like him too.
I like Fisk a lot.
I think
they
brought him together good.
Yeah, everybody don't like Fisk like that, and then Daredevil get on my nerves because he don't want to kill nobody.
Yeah, and it's annoying.
Yeah, I want him to kill some people. And because I'm gonna tell you who ain't gonna play with him. Punisher. If Punisher coming in, he gonna kill everybody.
Hey man, remember when they were on Netflix and the Punisher had a fight with the Kingpin?
Yeah.
In prison. Yeah.
Punisher is a bad dude, man. His pay threshold was just off the chart.
Hey, yo, no, they're releasing that one shot here in a few weeks of Punisher. Yeah, dog.
So did you guys see that he's gonna be on a new Marvel movie?
Yeah, so he get his own.
You saw it on the trailer.
Punisher.
Punisher and Spider-Man was together. I said, "Oh, this gonna be fucking crazy."
Which show was that? Which one is that?
It's the new. What's the new Marvel movie coming out?
I think it's a new Spider-Man coming out. I think it is.
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Punisher got the big ass truck, and Spider-Man is on the hood of the truck.
Yeah, this new Spider-Man that's coming out this summer got him, Punisher, and the Hulk in it.
Yeah.
I tell
This
you,
supposed to be
man,
the film. This supposed to be the one that's gonna bring the punch off to his own movie. They're talking about again. Give him
the
another movie.
Spider-Man movies are just like second to none, man. Shoot.
Yep. Hey man, I miss Tony, bro.
I don't like them coming. I don't like him coming back as Dr. Doom. They should have.
I don't
Me
either. They
either.
could have found
I
somebody else.
agree, man. I agree. Like,
I don't like that
if
shit.
you were gonna bring him back, to just bring him back as a Tony Stark variant or
Right,
something.
Yeah.
Don't bring him back as
Or
Dr.
go into another timeline and go get him and bring him back to the modern.
Yeah,
time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't make him an evil dude.
Right.
Now we got to watch him get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind them being evil, man. They should have been more original with the Doctor Doom, man. They should just go back.
They should have probably let Jonathan Major do his thing.
Yeah, I think they're going to hire Jonathan Majors back.
I think so too. A lot of people talk about it.
That ship sailed.
You think so?
No, Disney been talking about it. Disney been talking about it, man.
But they emasculated him in Ant-Man and the Wasp, whatever the fuck. When
that was true though.
In the Quasi universe, he's supposed to be getting his ass kicked by the Ant-Man. Get the fuck
And that's the problem. Like the new Disney films after Endgame and all that, they did such a horrible job explaining because, like in Quantumania, they made it seem like that was supposed to be the Kang. And so when we see the Kang get his ass kicked by Ant-Man, we're like, what the fuck is this? But it's not the Kang. You know what I mean?
Right. They're going to say it's a variant of him. It's supposed to be a bad variant of him. A weaker variant.
We don't know that. Yeah, you know what I mean? That we don't know.
Thanos, that wasn't the original Thanos. Thanos was different.
Right.
That's what they said too. Thanos, and he turned. That was not the original Thanos, like the one that we know of now.
The one that Doom killed.
Yeah, the way. Remember, he was sitting in a chair on a planet or something.
Yeah,
he was like,
to be fair, that was different though. That was they killed the original Thanos, went back in time.
Yeah.
And then that 2014, 2015 Thanos came back into the modern timeline. Right. And so they basically killed Thanos twice.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and then they introduced an X-Man and shit in Doomsday. Listen, I would love Tony Stark to meet Professor X and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine what it would look like if what's his name?
They messed up so much.
Yeah, man. Damn, bro.
When they did that Ant-Man shit, I think they went bad with, especially when they should have let Jonathan take out Ant-Man. They messed up the whole timeline right there, and they sent it like kind of screwy. Then they try to fix it with Loki.
A lot of shit.
Can you imagine Magneto and Iron Man going at it?
Yep.
Bro, that would be fucking crazy.
Well,
but
they feminized all the superheroes. They softened up all the confident, strong superheroes, and we got all that under the Obama administration because he made it. I'm just saying, man, this is where we are, man. Yeah, now all y'all heroes.
If you go back to the 80s, Armane and Coach Fur, y'all know. And y'all know too, but with the old movies, if you go back in old movies, what did our heroes look like? Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, all these muscle-bound motherfuckers blowing up shit. Like now you got little ass, skinny ass little Spider-Man. Like you don't have that shit no more.
Spider-Man has always been around.
No, I'm saying like you don't have movies anymore where strong masculine built men are blowing up shit. Like you remember Commando when Arnold Schwarzenegger took his goddamn thing, I put the little vest on with the fucking grenades and put the fucking mask paint on and shit.
When they started the movie, he's carrying a tree.
He carrying a tree.
I guess I didn't watch Predator Badlands.
I'm about to say that Predator Badlands.
They absolutely make those movies, guys. It's just you guys got to remember sometimes the old school 80s action flicks. Again, guys, they're old school 80s action flicks. It's just
like Bruce Willis. I love to watch Bruce Willis bleed all over himself, arm cut all up and shit.
Yeah, and real quick, guys, the peak Marvel era, Endgame, all that with Thanos. that ended in 2019.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So how could you blame Obama for making it weak when Marshall was going in
ignore that. Why you bring it back up? I try
You're like, no, I could have let that go, man. I could have let that go.
That was his last year. Listen,
bro.
He was finishing up his time.
Thanos 2019.
There's a while, man. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, Marvel has been on absent, man.
Yeah,
when they had the big burly black dude in Immortals kissing the motherfucker, man. It's over.
See what I'm saying? So
you talking about what was that? Yeah. You know what movie? You know what messed me up? And what messed me up was The American Gods.
Oh, that's a different.
Oh yeah, that's a different genre. I like that. American Gods.
But they had that gene in there doing that stuff. That gene in there doing that gay stuff.
Man, but I don't know what happened to movies, bro. Like Die Hard, Commando, fucking what was the other movie Arnold Schwarzenegger was in? Ooh, he was in so many.
Predator,
the
first
Predator. You're gonna
Predator.
have those movies, BMU, when there's a war in masculinity.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Tom Cruise makes some good movies. Shit.
Yeah, Tom Cruise too.
They got women behind the fucking writing and they're running the shit, man. You know,
you look at Fast and the Fury.
I think they just ran out of stories, man. It's just really
hard.
Oh shit, bro! Guys, there's only so many good guy with a big ass gun movies you can fucking do.
Tyler, you know what they could have did? You know what they could have did in Hollywood? They could have took some of these big, strong, 6'2" brothers, man, and made them a superhero.
Yeah, but you still gotta have acting skills, coach.
Yeah. But they have acting skills. That everybody.
Speaking of that, guys, tomorrow I'm gonna go see that new Mortal Kombat movie. That's another big ass action flick. Yeah, I'm gonna go see that new Mortal Kombat.
And then Fighter. And you know what? The action movies also used to be action and funny. Because you remember on Commando when he turned the car with old boy and he held him up by the leg and he said he gave him the information. He said, "I thought you was gonna let me go." He said, "I am." He let his ass go. Or even True Lies with Jamie Curtis. Now that's when she was in her prime, boy.
Oh boy,
man.
Jamie was in her prime, boy. But that was a great movie.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all go. I got some stuff I gotta go do. I'll let y'all
we all going, man. I gotta go too, man.
All right, man. We gonna get out of here. All right, man. I appreciate y'all coming, man. Hey, listen, if y'all haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, go watch this shit.
Excellent film. Excellent
film. Excellent. I can watch it every day. Excellent.
That's the most recent one, ain't it?
Yeah, man. Hey, Coach Bird,
old school.
When I tell you, bro, the old Top Gun was really good, but this one right here, they brought like all the old people, and they got these young cats that think they better than the old cats, and they man. Hey, Coach Bird, you gonna love it. The young motherfuckers think they're a better pilot than man, boy. Shit.
I think that was Val Kilmer's last movie.
Who did that shit?
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, it was his last movie. He passed away right after the movie.
Yep. Yeah, salute to you. I'm gonna watch that shit then, man. You know, it's a good movie for me.
All right, man. Well, y'all be good, man. I'll holler at y'all later. We out. Peace.
Yeah.